Long time listener, first time caller.
Long time listener, first time caller.
Long time listener, first time caller.
First time
Caller.
First time caller.
After downloading the free Discord app, use the invite link in the description or scan this QR code with your phone to be taken to the Beyond Wednesdays Discord server.
First time listener, long time caller.
There you will see the Modern Comic Mayhem category on the left with the call-in waiting room. Join that call-in waiting room, set up your camera and your mic, and have your questions ready.
Call me now!
I tried. Give us some of that snow, Mama. Can I fry some beef, Mama? I like beef.
G.I. 史上最強のエキスパートチーム G.I. ジョー登場。秘密組織コブラが君を狙っている。 G.I. ジョー、地球の平和をかけて G.I. ジョーは立ち上がった。 SF アドベンチャーヒーロー、その名は G.I. ジョー。 史上最強のエキスパートチーム G.I. ジョー登場。地球を狙うコブラを倒せ。 SF アドベンチャーヒーロー G.I. ジョー。 G.I. ジョー。 G.I. ジョーチーム最新鋭ジェットスカイストライカーテイクオフ。 標的コブララトラー発見。スーパーウェポンに乗って最強のエキスパートたちが激突する。史上最強のエキスパートチーム、その名は G.I. ジョー。 G.I. ジョーチーム最新鋭ジェットスカイストライカー。標的コブララトラーから地球を守れ。史上最強のエキスパートチーム、その名は G.I. ジョー。
The following program deals with a controversial subject. The theories expressed are not the only possible interpretation.
The viewer is invited to make a judgment based on all available information.
Sylvester the kitty. That's a
Did
big
you steal
cat.
Carter's cat? Like,
Yeah.
How do you get away with that?
He's coming in from a top secret underground bunker.
The pit.
Yeah, the pit, exactly.
Yeah, I'm about to like badge access into his back door and cut over fiber. What's up?
Yeah. Oh my God. Shout out to all the 51 people that hung out during the live show for the session. I hope you enjoyed it. That was an extra long session for me, and man, it is excellent. I went and did a run to the dispensary the other day, and I picked up like 4 grams of keef, and I just dusted an ounce, and it is glorious, man. Absolutely glorious. So, real quick, I'm gonna talk about Ronnie's poll today, and your poll. I guess you pulled something today, huh?
Yeah. I I went on IG live opening a Topps Chrome Sapphire box, so I can clip it to put shorts on Ruchi's channel or on our channel, Spec Media or whatever. And I ended up pulling a out of 75 Aqua Luke Skywalker card. I wish I had it on me, but I'm not allowed to bring cards into this bunker.
So I saw Ronnie put a comment that he thought he was having problems getting in the Discord. Ronnie, you're a member in the Discord. I think Chad might have reached out to you. But real quick, we have the Discord is open, and there is no it's free to get into. You can do whatever you want. I don't ban anybody in the chats on YouTube like some cheesy channels, but I definitely don't ban people in the Discord either. Like if you want to do a douchebag, I'll let people just have at you. You know what I mean? I feel like you got to learn somewhere, and it's the internet. You got to, grow thick skin on the internet.
You don't have to call me out in front of everybody.
But so you guys, I do have Chad chilling in the Discord. What up, brother? Can you hear us okay? You there?
Yeah, everything sounds good.
All right. You guys can hear him okay, right? So this is our call-in section, basically. There's a room called Call-In Live. If you guys ever want to call into the Discord, you could do it through your phone. You could do it through your computer. Just make sure you set up your mic and your however you're listening to it. Usually you want to listen through earbuds. Just plug in earbuds, or through your phone, do earbuds. But, all right, so before the show, we were backstage, and that's what I do when I'm in the sesh. I'm backstage with the people in the Discord and the people that are on the show. And Chad told me, he's like, dude, I sent you something funny. And I go, okay. So I went to go look to see, and my brother had grabbed the mail. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have something to open. And if you guys don't know, Chad's one of those people that likes to send me the most amazing shit. And that, what I mean by that is cards that have funny names, aka Rusty Cunts, Pete Lecoq. What were the other ones, Chad? There was another one. There was two more. I'm trying to remember. I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time remembering as well. Those are two of my favorites, though. This one tickled me though, so hopefully you like it.
All right, here we go. You ready? Dick Sharon. Dick Sharon. I like that one better. Dick Sharon. And look at that. Look at he's holding the bat.
That's great. It's gotta be worth it. It's gotta be worth tons.
Dick Sharon.
I mean, dicks don't share like that.
Yeah, man. Sharon dicks back then wasn't as rough as it is sharing dicks these days, right?
74 was a tough year for sharing dick.
Yeah.
Never crossed the streams, right?
I can't believe I didn't find that in the Topps Heritage. That would be the best if they actually did that and they got the guy to autograph it. Like this to 69.
Oh.
So there we go. I add another card to the list. This is Dick Sharon.
To the funny names card collection.
Sharon Dick in 1974 was something pretty awesome.
Are you trying to get the highest grade on the PSA census, like your collection of like funny names?
Oh, dude, I got to figure out a cool way to display them now. That's fucking awesome, man. Thank you for that, brother.
Actually, talking about that, is there like a good case that you can buy where you can slide like PSAs or graded cards into to mount?
Have you seen SYS Slabs?
Huh.
So if you ever see any of the Aoki rainbows where he has like that custom display,
I just remember him getting that box that had like the Star Wars card that was the size of my Greg Jeffries.
Yeah,
I was like, I don't have those cards.
Well, so he has like a big collection of UFC cards as well. Like there's certain people that he's collecting, and they have they have like a display case where you can have one where it's like an oversized like PSA slab, the size of BGS, SGC, whatever.
Like that looks great, but what I'd want is where you could have rows of them. Like
yeah. So check out what Steve Aoki has on some of his Rainbow Collection stuff, and then it's like a row of like 5 across or something like that.
That's one of the most.
Like you can do for your Jaws, or you want for your Rainbow, if you want to do like 5x5.
Yeah,
this
yeah.
right
So
here?
if I wanted to like display all my Jaws, I could do that.
This is perfect for a rainbow.
Yeah,
you could put colored LED lights in there, depending on what color goes best with that rainbow, and make them shine. This is way better than what Aoki has. Cool. I like this guy. What he's doing. This Bryan Pirip, I think is his name. Bryan Pirip.
Oh, what he has with the mint stuff.
Yeah, the mint cases. Look at this.
Yeah.
I mean, that looks awesome. The mint display. Modular, can be stacked in any combination. I mean, that's beautiful. And the cases themselves are gorgeous. Look at those things. And you just slide cards in and out, basically. It almost makes them look like digital. You know what I mean? Like if somebody first handed me that, I'd be like, "Is this an NFT?" and not realize it's a physical card.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
Do you think that's going to change the slab game of like how they present slabs now?
I don't know. I think the key is new people that are getting in the game, what they think of slabs. I mean, Josh, you just started getting cards graded and stuff graded and PSA grading. What do you think about the slabs? Do you like the way they look? Do you like the way other slabs look?
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind them. I feel like I'm like looking at them all right now.
See, for the PSA label, I like the back of the label, how it looks more than the front. Like if you saw that.
Yeah, I mean the front. I mean it's bland. I mean, it's white with a little red around it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the back is nice.
I mean, I wouldn't mind, if they looked like if you had a choice, like if you paid more and you could get like a border or something that looked like that, like I'd probably do it.
They make those weird like slab case holders where you can put whatever color edges you want on it to match your card.
So this is one of the craziest pulls I've ever seen. I want to shout out our boy Ronnie. He pulled this today.
Oh wow!
Authentic relics of Ben Franklin and George Washington. Are you kidding me?
That's crazy.
Is that from like those historical?
I guess I'm trying to figure out exactly what document that is. Like, where does it come from?
So he pulled these from an earlier one that he opened.
That's cool.
Is that Beethoven and Mozart?
Cool.
Yeah, it's handwritten stuff from Beethoven and Mozart, and I love it because it's the musical notes. It makes it even cooler,
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
Where's sheet music?
Rather than just a letter. Like
I'd much rather have the notes.
I'd much rather have the notes too.
Yeah.
Rather than just a letter, but they're both absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's so cool.
The reason I'm asking about on the Washington and the Franklin, there's a card shop that's not that far, and someone pulled something out of one of the. I just don't follow it enough, but they pulled some kind of Lincoln, and I'm like, well, exactly what is it? Because I'm related to Herbert Hoover, and I bought online an authentic, or someone pulled a Herbert Hoover. It was part of his stationery, and it had a Hoover, and that's what I wanted. Because I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. I mean, my middle name, my great uncle or whatever. I'm like, this is a great card. So I showed it to my mom, and it cost me $2. It was like, I guess no one wants to buy the Great Depression. but I don't know exactly how it works. Like, is it stationary? Is it what they wrote? Is it? That's the hard part I have with the when it gets into some of the authentic stuff. When it gets into the 1700s.
Yeah, the authenticity. If it's like Upper Deck that's doing it, I would feel better.
I feel good with the stuff. I just don't know exactly. Like, is it from a handwritten note? Like, where is it from? Because
like you want to know if it's like some kind of like crazy important document or something,
right?
Or
Right.
if it's
like,
just
how do you,
a letter he wrote to Bob one day.
So check it out.
Exactly.
It says here, the back of all paper relic cards will feature a picture of the exact document that was used to create the card. So like, that's pretty cool. And they just cut up documents, which sucks because they're cutting up historic documents. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's.
But it is cool. Like,
crazy.
'cause, like the thing with my Hoover thing, it shows the picture on the back of the note that he wrote in the stationery, and it just happens to be like you're taking the top of the stationery and you got the last name. I was like, this is awesome.
I would feel better if they were like trashed document. I don't know, man. I don't know. This is crazy.
If it was just like a letter, like like a letter to like a friend or something.
And maybe they went through again, this is a long time ago, but they probably, how many times did they maybe try to write something and then just
throw it away.
Yeah. It's like, I think this stuff is fascinating. I just have absolutely no idea like what it's worth, like, or how to judge the value.
So it'd be hemp paper too back then too, right?
Probably. They look like cool looking cards. I mean,
yeah.
Oh man, but I just want a George Bush rookie card.
Oh, that makes me think of that guy on IG.
With Ben Franklin, when you get into like him with what he did with the Louisiana Purchase, like, can you get something from that, or his documents that went back and forth from France to the U.S.? I mean, like, you can go down a rabbit hole with some of the stuff.
Look at this, man. There's King Tut. There's coins from different part of the history. There's bones. Betsy Ross and Susan B. Anthony.
I don't think that pterodactyl's fair. I think that's my mom.
What is that? Hold on.
Didn't Alan Ginter have a?
What do they have from Geronimo and Crazy Horse? I want to know what they have for that. Because that kind of
we have the Miss Horsecock Express in our chat, so there's got to be some kind of
yeah.
Well, didn't Alan Ginter have a relic card where it was a piece of a fossil, like within? It was like, do you
something weird like that, right?
Right, where it was like that framed card, like where it's the size of a normal card, but then it's like die cut to have like the miniature card within it.
Yeah, the Alan Ginter stuff, man, too, because they have the weird stuff, but like that sounds familiar.
Oh, this is kind of cheesy. They just put newspapers from that time period in this one.
That's what I thought that looked like, was newspaper.
That is dumb. That's really stupid.
Newspapers from that era.
Yeah, it's probably like a part of a newspaper article about them or something.
Man, you could have just put like a strand of beads in there or something like that, or or like a headdress feather.
That looks like a letter. That's what I was worried, dude. I was worried there was going to be like a headdress feather, and I don't know if I would if I would be. That's kind of weird, right? Doesn't that feel kind of weird?
Yeah, I mean, if you're chopping up something like that, that's
something that's like part of their. I mean, they look at that as
heritage and culture.
Well, not only that, but it has like some extra spiritual value to it and shit. You know?
Yeah.
That would be weird, man. Yeah, never cut up history. I see people saying in the chat. But
it's so crazy that, like, just in general on relic cards, and like, some go for crazy amounts, some go for nothing. But you can buy like a full autographed jersey for like a quarter of the price.
I like the coins.
I don't understand that. Like,
I like the coins.
I want a tiny piece of the jersey, or like get the whole thing. I mean, I guess they're not always player worn, but they're at least player handled if they're signed, right?
I think patches and stuff are stupid for the most part, unless they're So I think only patches that there should be on cards are game worn stuff, and you take those badass patches from those game worn ones, and those make those just really awesome. To me, they're not that big of a deal because most of them are just, I could make you that patch if you want and stick a sticker of Shohei Ohtani's auto on there.
You should see what Nate pulled the other.
We showed it. We showed it last weekend. Yeah,
you showed it last weekend. Okay.
Yeah,
I had passed out, so
I did after I showed it. So.
That's very interesting, but it's pretty cool to pull something from George Washington and Benjamin Franklin.
Yeah.
All right, I got to go to work. I will be back in like half an hour, hopefully.
Sounds good, brother. Yep. All right, I want to talk about some cool shit. All right, let's get into it. This is kind of interesting. Did you see we're getting some new G.I. Joe books? We're getting a Scarlet.
I did not know this until, I listened to a podcast yesterday. What, This and Destro?
This and Destro, man. Yeah, this is going to be from Kelly Thompson, which I'm not mad at that. I think Kelly Thompson can write well, and it's G.I. Joe. It's something that I love, so I'm looking forward to it. And who's writing here's this here, Red Hot writer Kelly Thompson and artist Marco Ferrari introduce some of the most anticipated characters to the Energon universe in ways you'll never expect in Scarlet 1, launching in June. And then Destro is going to be launching that same month. And it looks like Dan Waters and Andre Bresson are going to be doing that.
Yeah, I'm not as familiar with those guys. I was working out and I heard Josh and Zach talk about it. So is it really, are they kind of like Duke ends, Cobra Commander ends, and basically kind of substitute these two with those miniseries? Is that kind of how they're looking at it?
That would be smart, right? Just keep some story going.
Yeah.
We're going to have to get a G.I. Joe series here soon, right? I mean, we're going to have something that...
I did not see Major Blood getting shot.
Right?
In Duke at all. And I like how they called them the Bloodhounds.
Yes.
The guys who are dressed like them. You know what? The thing is, you could actually bring in someone and be like, since you shot him, you could actually come in and be like, hey, Sebastian, if you want to call somebody else by name, it's like, you're taking over.
Major Blood. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see if there's a way that they bring him back, or if he's just gone, I
hope he's gone. Like, if you're going to do it right.
I agree. I'm with you on that one. This cover looks really good right here, though.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, that's really
Is that the 125? Because it seems like the 125s, they've been doing the explosive backs, like the card backs. Because they did that with Buzzer for Cobra Commander 2. And they did that with Duke. I can't remember who it was offhand. But I do like the explosion backs. It's very classic.
Let's go look at my favorite comic site to find covers. League of Comic Geeks. Is it 2 T's? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what we got here. Steve Epting, wow. That's really good. That is really good. There is a Joelle Jones cover that's good for it, too. I really like that.
I like how Jinx is on that side.
Uh-huh.
And so you start getting to the Rashikage and the building and it's on the other side. I mean, it's...
Yeah, this is going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. There are ratios. There's a 1 in 10. And then there is the 1 in 25 Epting that we saw. I'm glad they're keeping those 1 in 25s hot. There's a 1 in 50 and a 1 in 100 John Boy Myers and a 1 in 250 David Mack too.
So I got the 250 David Mack for the Cobra Commander and the Duke, and the John Boy Myers. I think they just look great. I sold them just with all the other ratios just to get the 250 with David Mack. But man, I saw Big Clutch had that Frank Welker auto.
Yeah, not with the
graded
10.
With Megatron and Cobra Commander on there, and I think it was a 9.8 that he's got set up right now at the con. It's
Dude,
beautiful.
he got a 10 of the John Boy Meyer foil. Look at that. That's good. That's awesome right there. I love how he's got a gold AK.
When it had the shadow of him and Duke for like one panel, I was like, oh boy, here it comes. And then then you get to the Baroness in the prison. I thought, man, they just the hints they've dropped here and there. Like I thought it was really interesting. Like they've got Clutch working at his own like auto body shop, and you see him pick up his like MIT degree. I mean, there's just I was like,
making
man,
them very. That's why I really like Duke, because I never really thought Duke was a cool character in the toys, in the cartoons, in the comics. I always looked at Duke as kind of cheesy. I was a Flint fan.
Yeah, just a little too good.
Yeah, he's too good. And the way that they've done him in this new universe, they do this really good job of keeping the shit that I love from the G.I. Joe series and adding in like stuff that makes it feel, this is going to sound crazy, but like it could kind of like it's in the real universe. You know what I mean? So, it's
it's
really
like what
fucking
Christopher
good.
Nolan did with Batman. Like the guys I'd watch it with, the first two is like, it's almost like, I know it's eccentric, but like this stuff could actually happen. Like someone could be this rich, and if you watch the first Batman, the second Batman with the Joker, like it's just not so overboard where it's not like someone can go and just put makeup on and just start killing people. Like that could happen.
Yeah.
And when you start reading like Duke, I thought the interesting part about Clutch when you start talking about his degree, he didn't seem like, in the discussion, it wasn't that they had been in war together. They went to school together. And so I was like, okay, so wait a minute. So Duke went to MIT too? I mean, like in my head, I'm like, okay, my file card says he's from Iowa. Because both guys went to MIT. I'm like, I remember the first season of G.I. Joe where they make the satellite, and that was Short Fuse arguing with Clutch, and then Clutch pushed him out of the way. But I'm like, he does that. So I'm like, okay, maybe that's. So I don't know. But I just want Short Fuse at some point to actually get some screen time.
I'm going to see if we can see any of the art for any of the Destro or Scarlet stuff. Doesn't look like it. I want to see the art for the Destro and Scarlet stuff. Is it out? Does anybody know if it's out?
I think Dennis is trying to work on a special cover for Crystal Ball and Raptor, because those are his two favorites.
Hey, if you guys haven't seen the new show yet, go check it out. It is over on Beyond Wednesday's YouTube channel, and it is our industry show. We had a really good episode the other day talking about all the stuff that went down with Metropolis and Scout, and we talked to Haven for Heroes. This upcoming Tuesday, we've got Sean from Comics Elite, James from Mad Loves Comics and Art. Of course, Jesse and Dennis are going to be there. We're going to all sit together and have a nice little round table talk about art books. And I've been thinking about how do I make the thumbnail for this, and it just came to me. And I'm going to put James on one side. I'm going to put Sean. I'm going to put their logos on one side, and it's going to say Versus in the middle. And I think I'm going to have like one of the famous art books behind it, like whatever. Like, what's a famous art book that everybody talked about? Like the Kyle Willis Mario, right? I'm going to have like Mario holding the Versus symbol or something from that book. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be very interesting. So
yeah, I'll definitely be tuning in for that one. It's a great show.
It's fun,
I've enjoyed listening to it.
Igor says no Nick GQ, Nick GQ wants he doesn't he's way above all this. Like he's out on another level right now, man. He's fighting the real
Bryan,
battles.
I did mean to ask you, like, just completely something separate. Our boy Sugar's fighting tonight, right?
Yes, he is, and it's not. It hasn't started yet, right?
Yeah, I think we got a little bit of time, but I just wanted to keep that in mind.
Yeah. Yep. Rematch, right? With Vera.
Yeah. The only loss, right?
Let me see here. Yeah, man. 8 o'clock. It should be going on right now. Is it going on right now? Let me see here. Let's take a look here. Yeah, it's not going on yet. They are at the fight, a couple fights before, it looks like, or they just started. All right. Yeah, man, I'm really stoked for the G.I. Joe stuff. And by the way, yeah, chat, make sure you guys keep me updated on the fight if you're watching the fight. I'm really stoked for the G.I. Joe stuff. I'm looking forward to more of the Transformers stuff. I just can't get into Void Rivals. Have you guys read Void Rivals? Do you read Void Rivals?
Mm-mm.
It is tough.
I think I stopped around 3 or 4. Just, yeah. Once the other titles got launched, I'm like, that's where I'm going.
Yeah, this issue, there's a new issue that came out this week. This one, it's got a sick character on the cover. And I was like, all right, I'm going to try and jump back into this and read some of this.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's badass looking right there. But I checked it out. It's not for me. I don't have the pull the nostalgia pull like I do for the other ones. And it's just a whole new thing that I don't even know how they're supposed to tie it in and all that stuff. Like, it's weird, but it's cool character design, cool cover.
Yeah. But again, it gets back into like the whole Energon universe. Like I loved like when he got into Duke 2 and 3 and Baroness is in the prison and they start kind of showing all these different parts about how she went from like this elite family to being a terrorist, just like the little parts. I hope they don't overdo it with characters. I think that's at least with Transformers. I think that was where they lost me back with IDW. They would have so many characters in the book. I couldn't keep up with who was who, and if someone got killed, it's like no big deal.
It hasn't been
kind of less is more.
There was a big break in issues for this, like. And you can't do that, especially nowadays. You lose people so quick. Mm-hmm. It's unreal. That's one of the things that I'm seeing more people and more companies and more retailers push is making sure things are on time. You know, how important that is. I think that is up there with treating your creators well and is, 1 and 2 with making sure things are on time. You can't have one without the other. Was it the I can't remember exactly what was in Pittsburgh like 2 weeks ago? Not Comic Expo, but Dennis could probably tell us. But the guy who works the local shop here, he was telling me that he went to Lunar and just talked to the guys and like, I really appreciate how good the packaging is. Things are on time. Everyone was really polite. Went to Diamond and they were just like, He's like, you have any suggestions? Yeah, pack your stuff like the other companies. And right. Well, yeah, we've got a buffet. They got something for you. Like they just didn't want to hear it. No, it's like, what? No, they don't care. They were garbage a long time ago, and they still are. Did you guys see this? The new Zatanna book that DC's putting out. They're gonna do it under their black label. It's kind of interesting. It says DC Zatanna Bring Down the House is a new adults-only black label graphic novel. Zatanna tackles her darkest magic in a tale set against the glitzy Vegas backdrop. Scheduled for June 25th. Great covers. Put those on the sphere.
Yeah, I'm excited to see all the different covers.
Says, let's see here. What does it say? Does it say anything about the story? In this DC Black Label series, 17 plus. Look at that. Zatanna is the greatest entertainer in the worst hotel and casino off the Las Vegas Strip. I already like it. That's fucking great right there. You'd grab me. If it's about, like, I love hearing stories that start like that. And that fucking shitty hotel on the Las Vegas Strip. I'm in. The ritzier hotels would love to have her as a headliner, but since a devastating instance of magic gone wrong changed the course of her childhood, Zatanna would much rather rock her trademark top hat and fishnets at the sleight of hand stage act than bother with real magic. I couldn't be more thrilled to be working with this team and having the opportunity to tell that story at spots like Zatanna, says Tamaki. We're very excited for people to see this weird story that we've whipped up for the reading pleasure. There you go. Ooh. That really grabs you for a second.
Yeah.
All those are
Bringing
decent
down
covers.
the house. Yeah, because that's actually the name of the book that for the MIT students who took down Vegas.
Is it?
Ben Metzler read it. It's great.
Wow.
But because I love that one above that where she's rolling the dice. Like, man,
look at that. That looks
look at
gorgeous. Yeah. Man, that art looks great. You kidding me? Really stylized. I love that. Damn. Yeah, I'll check this out. It comes out in
June.
June, yeah.
June 25th. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, June 25th. Yeah, that'll be interesting. I'll check that out.
Yeah, for sure.
It's something that I'm glad they're doing. We need more stuff like that. All right, hold on here. Get rid of these. All right, big news of the week. Bummer news. All the Dragon Ball fans are
yeah,
bummed
crazy
out.
shit.
Yeah. Akira Toriyama, my bad. Akira Toriyama, creator of Dragon Ball, passed away at 68 years old. That's young.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did they say what he passed away from? I mean, everywhere I looked.
No, I don't think so. I didn't see anything that said that.
I saw
he probably
this.
smoked since he was like 10, so.
Yeah, dude, everything I saw him in, he was smoking, man.
Yeah.
So this is, I think, how most people found out, right? The Dragon Ball official site put out a thing. It says, "Dear friends and partners, we are deeply saddened to inform you that manga creator Akira Toriyama passed away on March 1st due to acute subdural hematoma."
Oh,
Does that sound like he
did
fell? What is acute subdural hematoma? Like if you fall and then you get something in your brain and there's like, it bleeds, maybe. So I wonder if he fell. That would suck, man. Damn. It's our deep regret that he still had several works in the middle of creation with great enthusiasm. Also, he would have many more things to achieve. However, he has left many manga titles and works of art to this world. Thanks to the support of so many around the world, he has been able to continue his creative activities for over 45 years. We hope that Akira Toriyama's unique world of creation continues to be loved by everyone for a long time to come. We inform you this sad news with gratefulness for your kindness during his lifetime. Funeral service was held with his family and very few relatives. Following his wishes for tranquility, we respectfully inform you that we would not accept flowers, condolences, or gifts, visiting offerings, and others. Also, we ask that you refrain from conducting interviews with his family. Future plan for commemorative gathering is not decided. We will let you know when it's confirmed. We deeply thank you for understanding and support as always. Bird Studio, Tokyo. Wow.
Bryan, I think you're on something. Head injury, but not from, well, it could be falling, but probably car crash. Something
wow.
Like
yeah.
So
Traumatic brain injury.
Derek said traumatic brain injury.
Yeah. Maybe. That's sad, man. That sucks.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy. I mean, it's such a like Dragon Ball is such a huge thing, like to a lot of people in so many countries. Like,
when did that start? Like, when did that begin? Like
1984. This is the 40th anniversary year this year. So, because they're releasing a new movie this year. But I mean, it like even like I think it was like I forget who it was. It's like someone in like the government in China like even posted like, you know, some like speech that they gave, like, so he was a big influence, and his other stuff is great too, and no one talks about any of that. It's always
he
just
did a
Dragon
bunch.
Ball. Like Sandland is big. That's about ready to get a video games dropping and a TCG for that. Dr. Slump was his first big hit.
Yeah, man, that's sad. I picked up a bunch of Sandland stuff at San Diego this year. Man. That's
like
sad.
he's like the reason like Naruto exists, and Inuyasha, and like One Punch Man and Demon Slayer and like My Hero Academia. Like the reason you have like that entire like shonen genre is because of Dragon Ball. So
I love all the artists' tributes and all the creators and tributes. I'm going to go through some of them because there's a lot of them, but I mean, there is just so many crazy tributes going on Twitter and everything. It's a Gundam. I mean, just tons of people that there's so many people out there that you would never expect would be, but are huge, massive Dragon Ball fans.
I mean, you see it in everywhere, like football. When the some of them get touchdowns and they do the fusion dance and like all. I mean, it's everywhere.
Yeah, check this out.
It's so popular.
There's a list of. I got a list of all the. Let me find it here. It's of all the people that have been doing tributes. It's fucking crazy. Let me find it. Here it is. A collection of official tributes. I mean, look at all these. So, current mangaka for Dragon Ball Super and V Jump. What did they say?
Toyotaro.
Let's see what they said. It's a lot of these are going to be in Japanese, I imagine, but I'll find some of the ones that are kind of crazy. This is cool that somebody at Reddit did this. I mean, these are all, people in manga and stuff. Look, Rob Liefeld. Look at this. Rest in peace, legend. That's cool. By the way, if you guys haven't been listening to Robservations, he put out part 1 where he's talking about the 90s, and it was freaking amazing. Go listen to it ASAP. That was cool. Let's see here. Dan Mora, one of the top 5 artists working in comics today. Translate post. Thank you, Akira Toriyama, the one who taught me to overcome my limits. Thank you for everything. Says here, you got to do Dragon Ball special crossover for Batman and Superman World's Finest. For me, Goku appeared on Batman Superman World's Finest number 3. Oh, wow.
Yeah, JC, those videos are crazy.
What's that?
They have videos on like YouTube of like other countries where they show like the Dragon Ball movies and like how many like the mass amount of like people that show up and like watch these movies like when they release.
Say that again.
So like in other countries, like when like one of the like Dragon Ball movies or something releases, like they'll do like videos of it, and it's like the huge crowds that like show up to watch it. There was a really good one that the writer for who's he the writer for? Might be I forget what manga it is, but it was really
So
really
there's
heartfelt.
Shonen Jump. Let's see what Shonen Jump said. We are deeply saddened by the loss of Akira Toriyama. His art and timeless stories had a significant impact in the manga industry and will forever be an inspiration to people around the world. Thank you, Sensei. That's badass right there.
Yeah.
That's so good. Man, that looks good. Wow. All right, there's more. We got Viz Media, Kim Young-ji, one of the greatest artists of our time who tragically already passed on October 5th, 2022. However, his account is still managed by his team. Ooh, that's creepy. Ooh. Ooh. I remember that. He passed a few months back. I was like, what?
Mm-hmm.
He stated he started drawing because of Dr. Slump. Creator of Don Dodden. Is that how you say it? Don Dodden? Dan Dadden?
Don.
Creator of Ryoko. Is that how you say that?
That might be.
Golden Spiral.
No.
Birdmen. There's a bunch. There's more though. Hold on. Archie Comics. Let's see what Archie Comics had to say. Archie Comics celebrates the life of Akira Toriyama. That's cool.
Yeah, I like that.
Smurfs. Look at that. That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. It's really cool when people do that stuff.
Yeah.
Like put it in like the style of like, you know what it is.
Yeah. Let's see here.
See what Chris Sabat said. I'm curious to see what he said.
Where's that?
Middle.
No sound in the background.
Dennis, there you are, my friend. Can you hear us?
Nothing
He
in
can't hear us yet. He's got to figure out his shit. All right. What did he say? See you in Otherworld, Legend.
Oh, short. Okay.
Yeah. Kyle Herbert, Funimation Engine English VA for Gohan. Let's see here. Did I miss anything up here?
Oh yeah, go up because they have the Japanese voice actors.
Toei Animation. Within our, we are deeply saddened upon hearing the passing of Akira Toriyama. We offer you sincere condolences to his family. Within our company, we have many staff members who worked and contributed to masterpieces such as Dr. Slump, Ariel, and the Dragon Ball series, who all deeply respect Toriyama Sensei. We are truly grateful for his guidance and contributions to our productions. It was a great honor for us to be able to adapt the works such as beloved creator cherished around the world. We offer our prayers for Akira Toriyama's eternal peace. We thank him for all the joy he brought to us. That's cool.
Yeah, it's really going to be interesting to see what happens now with everything now that, you know, he's gone. Like a Toyotaro takes over completely, and how they keep going, because they still do the manga. The manga is still releasing. They just haven't done, you know, a show in a while. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah. Man, all right. Let me see here. Bunch of the Funimation people. Just trying to see anybody I know. If there's anybody you want to see, let me know. Adult Swim. Let's see what Adult Swim says. Puts up some badass art. RAP. That's a cool one right there. I've been seeing this one a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here we go. PlayStation. What did PlayStation do? It's pretty cool. Just a thank you, Xbox. Thank you for everything. Your legendary work will continue to inspire generations to come. Final Fantasy. Oh, that's cool. I believe Mr. Toriyama taught me what it means to be a professional and what work is. I respected him from the bottom of my heart. We pray for the souls from the bottom of my heart. That's cool. Dennis, can you hear us over there?
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah. How about the
check?
Testing, testing, 1, 2.
He's trying to test his shit.
Creator of Super Smash Brothers and Kirby. It's like in the middle. Masahiro Sakurai.
Oh yeah, that's interesting. This is the biggest shock of the year. We pray for the souls.
Hmm.
Pokemon Illustrated.
Yeah, there was a couple. I forgot. There was like someone in Canada shared like some drawings they had too.
I mean, look at all these people.
JC said the Vice President of Brazil paid tribute.
Wow, that's cool. Let's see what Jackie Chan said. Thank you so much for creating so many classics. They will last forever. Farewell. That's cool. Goku actor and DB Mark Hamill. See what he has to say. Oh, just broken heart.
Mm.
Oh, look at Ice Cube's son. There we go. The way that Dragon Ball changed my life and the life of so many cannot be overstated. That show taught me resiliency, perseverance, and to never lose hope, even in the worst times, and the strength one can display from their love for others. I needed Dragon Ball. When I think about the times it motivated or helped me escape the world, it was enough to make my eyes water. The friends I've made because of that show, how many times I've waited for even a small spark of blue to pop out my hand or to put my 2 fingers on my forehead whenever I was late. It helped me become the man I am today, and I owe all of it to Akira Toriyama. Thank you for all the amazing creations you've given this world. They are a part of so many lives. We are all eternally grateful and can't thank you enough. I'm so glad that right before you left, you got to see Goku small one last time. That's cool.
It's true.
It is. There's a lot of people that you would never expect would be just huge Dragon Ball fans. Let's see here. Metro Boomin. That's cool. You're right. Everything that he's in, he's got a cigarette. He's smoking a cigarette. Ex-Yankees pictures. Ooh, Stephen A. Smith. What did he say? Was he a Dragon Ball fan? He doesn't know shit.
Vegeta.
He don't know. Pass. Joel Embiid. Threw up a little thing. RG3. Juventus Football Club. PSG. AC Milan. Wrestlers.
Oh yeah, here you go, President of France.
Whoa.
Yeah, he was the one that posted the artwork. Yeah.
Whoa. That's awesome. Let me check in on Dennis. That is sick right there. Dennis, can you hear us? Check. Can you hear us?
I'm pretty sure these are the same ones as the ones I gave you.
All right. Nope. He just doesn't know how to. the mics he's using are headsets, and he doesn't know how to switch it in the StreamYard. Big Remo says it's for a different generation. Unless you were into anime already, I just missed it, but my younger cousins are all into it. Lord Zero says, love me some Dragon Ball Z. Huge fan here. I have a Goku display in my room hanging. That's sick. DZ says, I'm not a Dragon Ball Z fan, too old, but I wish I was. Biden said he loved Dragon Ball as a young boy before his house burned down. He lost all his books. Oh, my God. Jesus. That's funny. All right. Yeah, this is crazy, man. 68 years old. It's going to be interesting to find out what happened and if anything happened.
Oh, that's what it was. It was the Chinese something of affairs. I saw it right below that one.
Yeah. Let me figure out what's going on with Dennis here. Let's try this one more time.
No, I'm Alex. It's not.
Dennis,
there it
can
is.
you hear
It's
us?
up there
Can you hear us? Check.
Got it. Now
Check.
I'm good.
Check. Dennis. Now you can hear us? Can you hear us?
Testing. Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, but you can't hear us.
Nope, son, it's still not working.
We can hear
it
you.
Worked in StreamYard test.
We can hear you.
You can hear me, but I can't hear you.
Yeah. So let me mute him. I'll remove him until he figures it out. Dennis, in the private, just type in the chat whenever you can hear us. So all you got to do is change your headset, your audio settings. All right, let's continue on. Did you guys hear about Dakota Johnson's comments about the Madam Web stuff?
Is that the one where she wouldn't do another Marvel movie or comic book movie?
Yeah. Madam Web's Dakota Johnson never wants to make a movie like that Spider-Man spinoff again. I don't make sense in that world.
What?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like the funny part is like, no one wants you to do another movie like the movie you just did. So we're on agreement.
Oh,
I didn't realize that was Don Johnson's daughter.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I was like, all right, out with Crockett. Bring me Tubbs. What does he have with his family?
Not only Dennis Johnson's daughter, but also Melanie Griffith's daughter.
Yeah. I was just like,
Let's try Dennis again. Dennis, can you hear us okay yet? Yes, no, can you hear us? Can you hear us okay?
So no.
Yo.
I think smoke him if you got him.
No, can't hear him yet. Okay. All right.
You'll know when you can hear him.
Yeah. Freaking ridiculous. Okay. Johnson elaborated. It's so hard to get movies. Oh, it says here. Unfortunately, I'm not surprised that this has gone down the way it has. Johnson told Bustle when asked about whether she's been affected by nasty reviews. She elaborated, it's so hard to get movies made, and in these big movies that get made, it's even starting to happen with little ones, which is that's really freaking me out. Decisions are being made by committees, and art does not do well when it's made by committee. But it was definitely an experience for me to make that movie. I had never done anything like it before. I probably will never do anything like it again because I don't make sense in that world. I know that now. Good for her. That's hell yeah, man. If it's not something for you, then don't do it. Yeah.
I would honestly just actually after reading that, maybe she needs a better publicist because the English and the grammar on that doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Yeah, in the beginning there, I was like, what?
It's like,
I wonder if I kick him out and Dennis, can you hear us yet? Nope. Nope.
Oh.
Now can you hear us?
Now.
Check. He's on mute. He's on mute, and he just got to change his settings on his StreamYard. That's what you.
Where's he? Where's our help desk?
I know. And I don't think he sees that there's a chat either. All right. It says, but sometimes in this industry, you sign on to something, and that's one thing, and then you're making it becomes a completely different thing, and you're like, wait, what? But it was real experience. No, of course, it's not nice to be part of something that's ripped to shreds, but I can't say that I don't understand. Wow.
That sounds like a porn issue. Sometimes in the industry, you're getting something you don't expect, and you just have to go with it. And it's not what you wanted.
Well, she was told that it was supposed to be. She didn't know. I don't know if she was told or she just didn't know.
I don't buy that at all. I mean,
I don't buy it either.
Her mom is Melanie Griffith. Her dad is Don Johnson.
Yeah. There you are.
You're naive. You're a moron.
You got it now?
Yeah, I had to relaunch.
Mm-hmm.
Did Aaron E, our help desk, come and help you out?
I had to have a 20-year-old kid show me how to work it.
Good shit, man. So, did you hear about the passing of Toriyama?
Yeah. So yeah, we have a lot of people that were in the mall that morning, and they're like, "Oh, dude, did you hear about this?" And then everybody, because now it's an anime and manga store, and everybody started flowing in and talking about it, and it was just like when a comic book creator, like when George Perez passed away, you want to go to your local bar and you want to reminisce with the people that understand what you understand and the grief you're going through, and now I've just kind of opened up a second bar with a whole new set of people to commiserate with.
What did you hear? What happened? All we have heard is that it was brain injury.
Hold on. Pretend I'm green and a frog. There's a lot of things that can be part of that, and one of them are clots.
Yeah.
And there's some things that are causing a lot of clots lately.
Yeah.
And a lot of people. I'm not going to speculate.
Or it could be a car accident that we just haven't heard of yet.
Yeah, well, no, here's the thing. And I mean, look, we lost Bob Saget. He did his return show. He gets off stage, goes up, takes a nice hot shower, and they find a bathroom-shaped injury on his head. So they think he might have slipped and then got in his bed, and then the clock.
That's what I was so worried about my mom when my mom fell during the Super Bowl 2 years ago. She fell on water in the kitchen, and feet went out from under her, and she fell on the back of her head. And she was like, "I don't want to go to the hospital." I'm like, "You're going to the fucking hospital. You could have a bleed in your head." I mean, she had a huge knot on her head.
Yeah, there's just a lot of things that we don't know enough about, and don't fuck around and find out.
She had a huge knot on her head.
Hold on here.
I'm getting echo, and I know I didn't touch anything, so I didn't do it.
Hood, you're killing me, bro. What are you doing, man? Put in your headphones, or turn off your shit. Hood's in the chat in bed. There he is.
You know how Hood loves the show Echo.
Uh-huh.
It's his favorite character.
Echo's his favorite
character.
character.
Get away from her. Can I get away from her?
Speaking of that, did you guys hear about my next story? All the crazy things that we're hearing about Marvel canceling projects. There's a bunch of projects that supposedly Marvel is canceling.
Like the Armor Wars.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Echo. Blade.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Says here, Disney CEO Bob Iger said the company quietly canceled movie projects, sparking Marvel fans to speculate about axed MCU movies and shows. Some MCU projects like Armor Wars and Blade reboot are believed to be canceled, leading to disappointed fans. Fans believe Vision Quest and Wiccan could be repurposed for other projects like the rumored Young Avengers series. Oh, man, this is just...
But see, Armor Wars has gone through at least 3 fundamental changes since it was announced. And it was announced as a James Rhodes, Armor Wars series. And then they're like, this is so grand, it has to be a movie.
Yep.
And then it was like, okay, this movie is so awesome, we can't even start this for another 2 years after Black Panther 2 didn't do what we thought it was going to do. And at a certain point...
We got to make it a series. It's so good.
Yeah. And at a certain point, you're just like, guys, I'm still waiting for my Rogue Squadron TV show from the Wonder Woman creator. I forget the Wonder Woman director.
Yeah, Patty Jenkins.
And it's just like, and I here's the thing. I hated Wonder Woman 1984. I thought Wonder Woman was fine. It was very
Wonder Woman was excellent. Yeah,
I think it was a little too derivative of like a Captain America meets Little Mermaid story.
Yeah.
But when
that's all hero movies in some way or another.
Right, exactly. There's only 7 stories in the entire ethos. But
when did they announce Armor Wars originally?
It was in the giant announcement. No, it was in
like
pre-COVID
originally
tsunami. I want to say that was in 2018, 2019.
Oh my god.
Been a while.
Because you got to remember, pre-COVID, that book was insane.
Yep.
And then when COVID happened, that book exploded. Remember the first one to hit was the Woman in Power issue with Mary Jane on the cover. Face It Tiger, and everybody thought that was the key one. And then COVID hits, and people start looking, and they're like, "Oh no, it's the Apocalypse cover."
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, that one shot up to like 6,000 at one point, I think.
Dude, have you looked at the prices on Riri Williams books?
Oh god, you can't. Just type in Riri 9.8.
I mean, you're gonna shit when you see the prices on some of these books sales wise.
Yeah, those are ridiculous.
Yeah. All right, let's go look at sold. $71 for a 9.8 of the first appearance of Riri Williams. The 1 in 25 Jeff DeCall of Invincible Iron Man 1 with her on the cover.
Which I still think I think that's the fire cover of the entire series.
Yeah, that was the one that was like $1,000.
Yep.
Well, here's the thing. All of the other covers, the Women in Power, the Age of Apocalypse, those were all open order. That's why I had stacks of them in my back when this stuff all hit. But the decals, I only had like maybe 6 or 8 of the decals. And I had a stack of 10 AOAs. And I'm like, oh, this is the one everybody decided?
$34, you
awesome.
guys. $34 for the third print.
For the third
No,
print.
that's the third print. But the third print is actually, if you remember, the first appearance of Riri on cover.
Yep.
Yeah.
$34.
That's not even the slab fee.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it was the $20 shipping from Canada.
I thought it's got to come from Canada. So
yeah.
God.
Damn, you guys.
Actually, can you do the reverse
64.
search, Brian, where you put the highest
79.
in the last 3 months?
Yeah.
At the top.
Look at that, man. What do you want to see? Highest.
Filter highest to top.
687
there
from
you go.
December.
Like I said, that was a $6,000 book, 5,000 to 6,000 at peak.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I traded a 9.8 CGC that I got in a trade for $5,000 in trade. Or $6,000 in trade. I can't remember, but I got like some dope shit. But I mean, dude, when I first had all the boys from Flipside come out to my place and they saw the stack of those I had, I think Half Price Crook bought one of those for $200 or $300 that was damaged that he pressed into a 9.8. And I want to say Dino bought one for $500. I mean, they were paying $500 raw at that time, so you know that book was huge. I might have had 20 of those. I can't even remember.
Dude, I want to see what this looks like in Terra Peak, right? Because That one gives you the graph on
The graph.
Yeah.
Just watch it go. Ah,
Yeah.
jump
go
off a
skiing?
cliff.
You want to go skiing down that mountain?
Oh
Yeah.
my god, man! Watch this. Let's find this. All right. It's Iron Man 9 Apocalypse variant. All right. By the way, you guys, if you don't know what this is Terra Peak. It's eBay's. Skip for now. Research tool. I'm gonna go last 3 years. Let's try last 3 years.
Love
Right,
you
this
too, Blind
one,
Adam.
Variant. All right, here we go. $6,000.
You know.
Look at that.
I told you, it was 6,000 at peak.
It didn't like completely
it's
die.
lost
I was
10
waiting for it to be like.
It's lost 90% of its value since when? When was that?
This is 3 years ago, March of 2021.
No, but when was the peak at 6,000?
December 2021.
Yeah.
November 2021.
So we're talking 3 years. It's lost 90% of its value.
Yeah. Jesus.
I feel like
man.
it's a conversation I have with my parents all the time.
Look at that. Well, Thorough did a really good show the other night, and I caught a little bit of it where he was where he was talking about how comic books are not investments and people should not look at them like that. And it was a very interesting conversation or question to ask and to talk about. But I mean, look, this right here hurts.
To me, it's
Depends on the
all.
book.
I've always played it as a gamble, and that's when Thorough. It was actually on my birthday when I won $900 at the casino on the last machine I put $20 in, and he did it while I was coming home from the casino. I'm listening to him talk about how comics is a gamble, and it absolutely is. But the secret to the gamble, and I no difference to anybody else in the chat, but Micronauts is maybe the king of the penny bets.
Yep.
There's those gamblers that at the beginning of a season will go, all right, I'm going to bet $10 on this person winning the whole thing. I'm going to bet $20 on this person. He bets the dollar boxes. He bets the $2 boxes. And the times he's scored, but that's the key. You have to have your bet low.
It says here.
My gamble is at wholesale. So
Yes.
while, if you're not buying it the same price I am, and you're not just sitting on 20 of a certain book when it hits, or 100 like Secret Wars 5, luckily I got a little bit of money out of that before it crashed.
I'm just happy that they think that Young Avengers is still alive, because to me that's like that's such a key.
Well, think about the talent you have here. You've got what's her name? Is Haley Atwell one of these?
Yep.
She is a bankable success. Okay, so why wouldn't you keep her in the mix? But I don't even know. I can't even remember. Here, hold on. Everybody put your hands up. Everyone put your hands up. Put your hands up. I don't want to see any keyboards. Name the girl who plays Ironheart.
Oh yeah, not gonna happen.
Bro, I couldn't name half the people that play these characters.
But that's what I'm saying, is you would know her name if you cared enough about her series.
Well, here's some of the problems with this. If they kill Blade, that's gonna piss a lot of people off, man. A lot of people are looking forward to that, including myself. I mean, that was one of the ones that I was really looking forward to. So they're gonna piss a lot of people off when they do that. And then I don't care too much about the Echo thing. I felt like there's not much more they can take that other than just having her. Like, that's what they need to do. They need to not have so many shows. They need to have a couple shows where they bring different characters in throughout the years, and they don't have to die off so they can come back. Echo can jump in to Daredevil every once in a while, and they're really trying to change. They want to do the street level hero thing with Daredevil and Spider-Man. And I think that's the key, is to have characters jump into storylines rather than making every character have their own show or their own movie. It's pointless. But
okay, Rasper, you're right. I don't know how to pronounce her last name other than my daughter knows who it is. My daughter's made me watch 3 things with her in it, and she doesn't suck. That's all I can say about Haley, whatever her last name is. You know, she's an
Steinfeld?
incredible voice actress. She's incredible. She's a decent actress. She held her own. You know, so when you have that as one of your pillars, one of your rocks, and I even know 90% of her name, that's better than, like I said, that's better than the girl who plays Ironheart, who they wanted to base the second half of Armor Wars on, that wasn't Rhodey, you know. And I'm a huge Cheadle slappy. I'll watch Cheadle in anything.
Well,
even
I think
Secret
that's
Wars.
one reason that Hawkeye did so well, because of her, and then also the girl who played, and I never get her name right, the Russian girl, the blonde hair girl.
Ilana Belova, yeah.
Yeah, but
And
the actress who played that,
she's just quirky enough when she shows
the
up.
way
in
she
movie.
comes in, yeah.
Yes. And that is she's a scene stealer.
Yes.
She's a scene stealer in this, and then if you throw her into Thunderbolts with Harrison Ford and a few other names, because I don't think Thunderbolts got canceled either.
No, they're still
Do you
working.
think
That's almost
Harrison Ford
done.
would actually go through with it? You know, as much as he hates, or you hear about him like.
Okay,
not
so
enjoying it
here's
so
the
much?
deal. I think with Harrison Ford, he will show up for a paycheck.
Yes.
I think he was locked into and I'm not trying to dump on this other than we all dump on it. I think he realized his only 2 franchises were under KK, and KK did not knock him a ball out of the park. You know, when you're Lou Gehrig, you want to be able to get onto that last at bat and hit one out of the park. And he's looking for that thing that will allow him to hit one out of the park so he can just be done. And Indiana Jones 5 didn't do it, and Star Wars, I mean, the fact that they had to drag him back when he said, I don't want to come back for episode 9, and they still had to drag him back for that little cameo, you know, in Kylo's head. I think that he's looking for that one thing. He's like, okay, and then here's Disney with the Marvel Universe. You're going to play this really cool character because William Hurt passed away, and we need somebody in here, and can you do it? But here's the thing: once he turns to Red Hulk, it can be AI that comes up with his voice. It can be CGI that comes up with his body movement, and he just has to show up for the paycheck and maybe do some voice work that they Red Hulk altered, you know. So I think he's like, this is a cheap paycheck, and if it's successful, I can be done with this crap.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's getting to that age where he just wants that paycheck. Did you guys see this? This is kind of cool. There's been rumors about this going on forever, but the set photo or the share of the photo that Daphne Keane put on her Twitter. Do you guys see that?
No, I haven't.
So she put this up on her Twitter. An old set photo of her and Hugh Jackman.
Yep.
And, you know, there's those big rumors of her being in the movie now that keep popping up.
And she's aged up to be exactly X-23's age.
Totally. Yeah, man. This could be awesome.
And here's the thing. Did she even have a line in English during the entire Logan movie?
Dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, but here's the thing. You know, when you're like, nobody said a single thing about her. There was none of this SJW this or, you know, blah, 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 that. And so when you get a person who doesn't say a lick of English, and universally we all loved her, and then you sit there and you go, oh, she's now aged into, and she's done enough stuff that she's not just a fly-by-night kid actor, you know? That's something that Disney can work with, you know? And if Hugh and Ryan are ready to put the spotlight on her in this movie, that's a spinoff.
I would be okay with her being the new Wolverine if they do an X-Men show and she's the Wolverine character. I wouldn't feel bad with that.
Nope.
I mean,
if you read the books too, like I like Sync and the relationship that she and Sync have in the comic. Like,
yeah,
you could do a lot with that in the movies.
23 years old. Is she? How old is she? Is she 19? How old, do we know how old she is? 19.
She's older than that.
She's 19.
Logan? Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's the perfect like young character to throw 5 or 6 movies on. She'll be super, super athletic in that character.
Well, Economics and Comics, I see him saying, no, X-23 only. You have to understand also, Disney Marvel has been casting their X-Men movie for about, 5 or 6 years as well. And
I still want her to be X-23. I don't want her to be Wolverine,
because
but like
they want their Wolverine.
Yeah.
Wolverine is a moneymaker. He sells T-shirts and he sells action figures and he sells video games. So I think she will be X-23 for a while. And if anything, she'll be like a Miles Morales type character where it's like she's also called the Wolverine by bad guys or whatever, but she is still X-23.
some fan art showing her.
Yeah.
I love fan art. Just to kind of give an idea. I don't like those though. That looks stupid.
I get sucked into every one of those fake trailers where it's like they take scenes from other movies these actors have starred in and then tweak it.
Yeah.
But you just had Denzel up on screen, and, I don't know if those rumors are true, but, oh, wow, that's hot.
This right here is badass. Right? That's a badass looking
they'll never do it, but wishful thinking.
I mean, I don't. Who knows? I doubt it. Yeah, you're probably right. But that's a cool looking.
Yeah.
If it was to happen, her as X-23 would be a great character to.
Can you imagine how funny it'd be if like Deadpool was like hitting on Logan's daughter? The whole thing, like, just that's exactly how like Ryan Reynolds like, oh, yeah, let me bring it in. I'll hit on your daughter.
I talked to a lot of people about this, and I think most people are in the same idea that this is going to be a super, I think, raunchy, funny, breaking the fourth wall Deadpool that we've ever seen. The most raunchy and funny, Ryan Reynolds. There's going to be a lot of jokes that I hope that he swings for the fences on,
Here's the thing. He doesn't know how to not swing on the fence.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how to phone it in. He doesn't. He gives it 110% every time at bat.
Well, here's the other cool thing. There's starting to be more and more talk about our boy Ben Mendelsohn being cast as Doctor Doom. Why the MCU star who wants to be recast as Doctor Doom after their Phase 5 death is perfect for the role. Ben Mendelsohn has outlined his desire to play Doctor Doom with his acting prowess and the connection to Marvel making him the ideal fit for the MCU villain. The character of Doctor Doom avoids recasting issues because of his metal mask and potential facial disfigurement, allowing Mendelsohn to shine in a way that does not draw comparison to his former MCU character Talos. MCU's history of recasting actors in multiple roles supports the idea that Mendelsohn can successfully take on the iconic villainous character after playing Talos. This is the best part, though, of all this, is hearing this.
He has the bravado to be that arrogant Doom that we all want. Just like the Julian, the guy from FF1 with Chris Evans?
Yeah.
When they announced that, not one person was like, oh, the guy from Nip Tuck? Oh, he could totally be Doom.
I would be cool with Cillian Murphy as Doom. I would be totally cool with that.
Yeah,
Cillian Murphy.
Not Cillian Murphy. I'm talking about the Nip Tuck guy from the first.
I know. Yeah. All right, let's replay this because this is such a great moment.
Victor Von Doom is the greatest single character in the entire MCU, bar none. He's the first character to ever have a substantive backstory that we could understand and that gives context both in the old traditional Cold War minor state kind of idea and also as someone who really got disfigured, got his family taken from him, and then takes all that, takes his skill, has the wounds, has to wear the mask and continues on to do what he does. The Fantastic Four suck, right? Now, you can keep anyone else. Give me Dr. Doom against anyone because Victor suffers and you will now suffer. That's why it's a no-brainer.
The fact that he cares this much right there.
Well, and it's not just that, but here's the thing. He only chose that face as Talos because maybe he saw a Latvian magazine with
Oh yeah.
Victor Von Doom
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
And that's
You can
the
make
reason
it.
he chose that. So I think there's
Yeah.
a total plausible world where he can not only be Telos with that face, but he can also be Victor Von Doom.
Yeah.
You heard it
And
here
you know,
first.
if you guys ever saw like Bloodlines, like that series was so good. And
Yeah.
that was when I realized like this guy's just
That was
an
the one where he was the
incredible actor.
fuck up brother, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was really
Man.
good.
He could play, like a Talos, he can play a good guy, but I'm like, man, this guy, he can be a real shitbag if he wants to.
Well, and what you also don't realize is this was an interview. When he did this interview was set up by Disney to promote a Disney property, and Disney in no way, shape, or form would allow that interview to pop off if they weren't thinking that this is going to help them spend something down the line.
Yeah,
They'd be like,
Bloodline is
hey,
incredible.
The Wrap, can you just lose all that Ben Mendelsohn talking about Dr. Doom stuff because we have no use for that? No. PR people would not let that just go if they didn't have an ulterior motive.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.
Well, we'll see. Do you guys think there's ever going to be another Eternals movie?
I wouldn't mind one.
I agree. I would love another Eternals movie, man.
I think one of my funniest parts of the Eternals movie is, and I still need to see the timeline because, we had the skip forward and the skip back and, all the in-betweens and what year are we on in the MCU and whatnot. But, and it's Gary from Nerdrotic always puts in his videos when he's breaking down the inconsistencies in Marvel. We still have an Eternal popped up out of the water that nobody is talking about.
Right, yeah.
So, the fact that nobody is talking about that means it's memory hold in most of Disney's PR, and I don't think they're going to come back to that. And the fact that Jon Snow, the actor who played Jon Snow, what's his name?
Kit Harington.
Kit Harington, who plays the Black Knight. He was teased to be in the Blade movie, which is now in rewrites. And
which sucks. That would have been great.
But they still came out sometime in the last month and said Kit Harington is still set to be something in the MCU. I don't know where and when, but they like I said, you have to think about this stuff from a PR standpoint and all these other standpoints. When a press release gets leaked or released, there is a reason why certain things are in there and certain things aren't.
Yeah. Did you hear about the new X-Men? So we talked about on a show the other night that they're going to bring back Chris Claremont on that special X-Men storyline, and they're ending the whole Krakoan age, which is great because 90% of it was garbage. I hope they bring back some of those characters or some of those things from the Krakoan age, but the rest of it is just garbage.
Well, I got put on the retailer list to read. What was that called? What was
Powers of X, House of X?
Powers of
House
X.
of X?
Yeah.
So they sent me that first issue PDF, and I had to sign an NDA and all that stuff. And they said you could talk about it to the press. And so I got to read it before everybody. And in fact, actually, Liefeld messaged me. He's like, when he read the article, he's like, "Hey, tell me if they did this, this, and this, and that." And I was like, yeah, they did this and this, but I got to tell you, that could have been the greatest X-Men relaunch of all times. And when you see that they're like, look, and to me, you want to talk about different levels of understanding. When you're looking at that Power of X, whatever the first book was, because that's what I got sent. When you look at that and you're like, Cyclops shows up to rescue Sabretooth, and it's like, no, you're not touching him. He's a mutant, and he's now protected.
Yep.
And when Magneto shows up with Professor X at the UN, and they're like, this is what happens. Amnesty for all mutants, which you can, depending on, and the great thing about projection is you can project what you want onto that storyline. And even if you consider it like the PLO, Israel conflict, or the Black Lives Matter versus police, whatever side you're on, you could project onto the mutants at that point in the story. But the thing is they didn't follow through with that.
Yeah.
You know, within 6 months, they were out in the middle of outer space doing crazy shit.
On
and
this, yeah.
They lost the whole narrative.
And there were some cool moments from that from what they were doing in outer space, but there were too many bad moments, and they really failed on the Sinister stuff. I love Mr. Sinister. They failed on that whole thing with Sinister. The pods and them coming back was stupid. I really loved the
time and to put it all on Moira McTaggart.
Yeah, that was dumb. And I loved how the fight with Magneto and how him and Storm had to do everything. That was cool. Magneto having to do that fight. I love those characters, those new characters that they created early on. Those characters were badass looking. They sounded badass. The gods, the different gods and stuff, and how they had to, the way they fought each other, and they took certain people out of the fight, and it could have been so good, but there was so much bad with it. Like you said, the Moira McTaggart.
One of the problems was I thought the storyline built up really well, but all of a sudden, like, you had to have these 10 fights, and they ended in like an issue and a half.
Yeah.
So it just, like, you went through like issue 8, and all of a sudden 6 of them are done. Like, wait a minute. These guys were just eating dinner. Like, the dinner they were at was like,
and then they
the entire issue 5.
Then they threw in that crazy 3-way with Cyclops and Wolverine and Jean, where they allude that maybe Cyclops and Wolverine were more active with each other than they were on Jean, and it was just like, I remember everyone lost their shit on that one, and I was like, I'm not really in with that, but okay.
This is interesting. So they're going to announce the X-Men relaunch at South by Southwest this year. So they announced that it's the Krakoan age is ending, and they have that really cool wraparound cover. But they're also doing some, yeah. And they're also doing some Apocalypse stuff that they're ending soon. But then they're going to supposedly relaunch it, and at South by Southwest. So it says here, Marvel announces X-Men series to relaunch X-Men from the Ashes at the South by Southwest panel that includes CB Cebulski and comic creators. I think it says here, the panel detail was Marvel's editor-in-chief, the X-Men group editor, SVO, and executive editor Tom Brevoort, and Dan Crothers of Velvivi Digital Collectibles, because they want to talk about NFTs, I guess. But it says here, the future of Marvel's comic X-Men and digital comics is the name of the panel. So that's kind of weird. All right.
Well, but here's the thing. So you have to, every time they do this stuff, you have to look at, and like I said, I have good friends over at the Marvel Comics division. And, they've told me things, and they tell me how things work. And they've told me what things are never going to happen. Blue Adam. And you sit there and you go, when something comes down, remember, we had no Thor. But then all of a sudden, when they knew Thor was coming into the MCU, okay, get us a real Thor.
Yep.
Get him here on Earth. Set this up. We killed Spider-Man the year before, or 2 years before Secret Wars. Or not Civil War. So, okay, get us a Spider-Man back into... I need a Peter Parker as a Spider-Man. We can't have a dead, Dr. Octopus Spider-Man on the shelves when this is going on. So when you start seeing how they set this stuff up at the comic division, you can start feeling some of the directives coming from the movie division into them. They give them just enough that they can guide the ship, but not enough that they can spoil it and ruin it like Mark Ruffalo. And one of the things that when
he's
you
good
start
at
seeing
that.
all these, yeah, exactly. When you start seeing all these X-Men announcements, and you start seeing that they have a Wolverine and that they're, they've got a Deadpool and he's going to have a lot of X-Men in it, and you hear them announce the cast for FF, which we all knew FF and Mutants at the end of that big announcement. FF and Mutants were the last two things. The same one where they announced Armor Wars 2019, I think somebody in the chat said.
Well,
it's
this
all
is
to set the pieces on the chessboard.
There's also, did you know that, what's her name, is taking over, is going to be writing X-Men, I think. Gail, what's her name?
Gail Simone.
Gail Simone, yeah, which is very interesting because she's taking a lot of heat right now. It's very interesting because Gail Simone is now taking a lot of heat for that story that she wrote that is very man-centric, I guess. Like she's like, it's okay, men are cool too. And now you find out she's going to be writing the X-Men, so like she's trying to not piss off the main base of X-Men fans, right? Which are men mostly. And she's trying to set that up with her stories that she's writing right now, which is very interesting.
So what I'll say about Gail is I love Gail as a person, even though we get along on zero topics ever.
I hear that from a lot of people.
She unfriended me a decade ago. She turned down every invitation I ever gave her to come to Detroit.
Was that on MySpace?
So yada yada yada. However, I'll say this about her: when she zones in on a character, she can write that character better than anybody else.
Yeah.
Red Sonja, Batgirl, Nightwing.
She was great on Nightwing. Yeah.
But I've yet to see her conquer a team. Yeah. And I would think at this point in her career she'd have one serious team book under her belt. Not even did she ever do a run on Teen Titans? Maybe, I can't remember.
So she's taken a lot of heat because of she did that Women of Marvel book that came out, and I guess there was it was like I said, it was very man-centric, and it says here's the page. I want to go find this. Let me see if I can find this because I didn't really look into it a lot. I just heard about it, but she's got her whole fan base of her, or a lot of her fan base, mad at her for just doing a complete flip-flop on what they think she believes or something like that. But it's very interesting that she's taking that route as she's taking over X-Men, or part of the X-Men universe. It's just very, very interesting. Just goes to show you that a lot of the people running the big publishing, the big two, have no idea what they're doing. They really don't. But there's some stuff that's great, and a lot of that stuff is coming out of Image and independent places. That's for sure. We were talking about the Micronauts stuff the other day, and we couldn't figure out what was going on. They're doing Micronauts covers for a bunch of books. So let me go ahead and show you guys these. It's in line with Hasbro. That's actually pretty cool. So for all you Micronaut fans, here you go. Like 4 or 5 Micronauts variants.
Now, what's important about this that I'll say is, so a lot of people don't know this, and I don't think I've talked about it in any of the shows, except for I think the fact that Nate and I were talking about all the Japanese robots. I was actually on the pitch team in 1997 for Marty Abrams, who owned the name Micronauts, because he created he took the micro change line from Japan and moved it over, Microman, over into the US, and came up with Micronauts. With the help of Marvel, they launched the comic book. I can't remember the writer. I think it was Golden did the art, and I can't remember. Chaykin maybe did the comic. I can't remember. But he owned everything Micronaut related. So he owned Force Commander. He owned Karza. So when you see all these little Micronaut comics that come out, the only thing that Marvel technically owned whole cloth was Marionette and Bug at one point. So then I don't know how it worked out because I haven't talked to Marty, but at a certain point it all got wrapped into the Hasbro universe. So when I see this, I see the Hasbro logo as big as the Marvel logo at the bottom.
Yep.
Which we all know, Big Clutch and Kirkman have all of the other stuff from Hasbro right now. So Micronauts is clearly not part of Void Rivals universe, because you can't use the primary characters unless you merge Marvel with Micronauts, the name and the company.
It says, this year Marvel and Hasbro, a leading toy company and game company, joined forces to bring Micronauts' beloved comic book adventures back to print in all new omnibus collections that will arrive in April. And to celebrate this glorious, long-awaited hardcover collection, the Micronauts will also be spotlighted in an all-new line of variants. So there you go. It says here, gracing the front of some of Marvel's hottest ongoing series throughout April, see these legendary subatomic heroes alongside iconic Marvel heroes once more, including the X-Men, Avengers, Deadpool, Spider-Man, and Venom. So.
And I'll clue the watchers in on another little fact. So Marvel does this when they know they need these two rights to go together to be able to do these omnibuses and to make this little cash grab. And I love them because I'd make the cash grab too. They sign the 1-year lease or the 1-year rent, license on getting this so that they can release the omnibuses. And when was the last time they did this? When Conan slipped into an open status, and they grabbed Conan with the Howard estate, and they produced the Savage Sword omnibuses and the Conan omnibuses and everything that they had in their archives for Conan, which had been reprinted over at Dark Horse a million times, which had been reprinted over here and there.
Yep.
So it's to grab that audience, be able to sell as much merch for the period of time. However, if it sells really good, then they'll pay for a second year so they can spin that off. And Conan sold good, but then somebody came with Conan with a higher Conan offer, and they yanked Conan so fast
And
from
that's-
Marvel.
And it's really good from what I hear, that new Conan series.
Yeah.
What's it on? What's it on? Is the new Conan stuff? Is it on Sumerian?
Yeah, it's a British company, I think, that's doing it.
Yeah, it's some new series. Or new publisher.
So what I'm saying is this could be just we have all these Micronaut books sitting around. Let's do something with this real quick. While the iron's hot and nostalgia is hitting hard. And then let's do as many variants as we can before we get called to the mat. Oh, Titan. Yeah, it's England. It's my buddy Andy.
It's supposed to be really, really fucking good.
Andy is one of the... See, a lot of people don't know a lot of these names. And actually, I'd love to get Andy on the show, except for he's in England. And that would be like 6 a.m. his time or 3 a.m. his time. But he's done like the Jim Lee art books, that if you've ever seen like the definitive Jim Lee art book, that was done by Titan. Titan is a book publisher.
Yes.
So much of a huge high level publisher over in England. And when they grab something, they put everything into it because they want evergreens. They want things that can sell for 20 years. So if they're grabbing Conan, they want to sell Conan books for 20 years.
Did you guys hear about Anthony Daniels selling a lot of his stuff? This is kind of crazy. Anthony Daniels is selling a bunch of his props and stuff that he got. I got to find out where he's doing this. Here we go. Prop store auction. This is nuts.
Yeah, it's the big one out in LA.
Yep. Look at this. Various productions, Anthony Daniels collection of Anthony Daniels press clips and exhibit information. There's a ton. Let me see if I can find all these.
He's got like a hand. He's got like an arm. He's got like a leg. He's got his main helmet. Oh, I was just hanging out with Mark Ralston, who played Drake from Aliens tonight for dinner.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Wow, he's got a head, too?
Yep. Yeah, well, I mean, Anthony's Anthony. You're going to... If he says, hey, George, can I have one of these? George is going to give him one.
I don't know, man. I know he's pretty crazy about that stuff and making sure a lot of that stuff stays on in that museum he's got. I want to see...
Well, but I mean, you also have to understand, Anthony was the one person that Lucasfilm could call on to do anything.
Anything, yeah. Yep.
Hey, we need... originally, Anthony was the MC of all of the Star Wars celebrations at Disney World back in the day before it was an open convention. So Anthony was the host, and then he got replaced with Warwick Davis
I want to log into this so we can see the sales numbers on these. On what? He replaced Warwick Davis on what?
Oh no, Warwick replaced Anthony for like the MC of all the events.
Oh, he's getting old too.
Yeah.
Let's see if it'll let me sign in here. I hate
And at some point they'll probably get a hold of somebody like Alan Tudyk, who's K2SO, and they just want one of those charismatic guys who understands the license and the IP and gets out there and does the company line. And that was Anthony for I think close to 30, 40 years until Warwick took over. And I mean, I've met Anthony. I've ridden in cars with Anthony.
He's all over in cons for years.
Yeah.
Look at this. The Back to the Future Part 2, the hoverboard.
The Hero hoverboard. Yep.
Yeah. 125,000 pounds. Wow. That's cool.
And George R.R. Martin probably bought that flux capacitor for his DeLorean.
Look, it's got the Riddler, Jim Carrey's cane. That's cool as hell. The skull cane and the...
I actually held Two-Face's actual screen-used hero coin at my buddy's prop house in L.A.
That'd be a cool prop to have.
It was very cool.
The dude's Ralph's card. Look at that. $10,000 bucks. 10,000 pounds.
You know what? That's almost worth it.
Right?
Yeah.
Man. This is interesting.
Blade Runner. I mean, the thing is everybody, I don't know if you've seen it, and this is totally off topic, but a friend of mine shared a meme with me today, and it was like, Bill Gates just sold off this much stock. Jeff Bezos just sold off this much stock. This person just sold off this much stock. And then when you start seeing the amount of the coolest shit you ever saw in collectibles getting sold off, it's like everybody's trying to cash in to have some coin sitting in their bank.
Look at that gladiator helmet. That's cool.
Well, like you're talking about Star Wars stuff, as soon as I saw that Jason, I was like, the hockey mask.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think the hockey mask would be like the probably like one of the greatest collectibles you could ever have.
Yep.
Harry Potter uncorrected proof copy. Look at that. First edition hardcover.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
What did that go for? 21,000?
Yeah, 21,000 pounds for the.
And you got to figure, they probably made a couple dozen of those when they make those galley copies for the artist to look over and the publisher to look over. They make a couple dozen of them because they want a whole bunch of people to.
Yeah, tell them what they think.
Yeah.
Find problems.
So, who's the girl in Harry Potter? I've never seen a Harry Potter movie.
Hermione
at all. No, the main the Emma.
J.K. Rowling's.
No.
Oh, Emma Watson. Or Emma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were living in Providence after New York, and there's the Westin downtown. They have places you can buy on top, like the first floor of the Westin or the top.
Go
floor
back. Was that Indiana Jones's gun
James Bond.
at the top left? No, the one more up. One more up.
That one.
Oh yeah.
Right there.
No.
21,000 pounds.
That's his fucking pistol from Last Crusade.
Yeah.
Probably she's a little better. But dance you like this? So the real estate agent's like, yeah, the girl next to you who has this one is Emma Watson or whatever. I was like, okay, I'll look him up. And I'm like, who the hell is that? And she does, that's the girl from Harry Potter. I'm like, never seen it. And she does, she's going to Brown right now. She's like, you'd know if you saw her. I'm like, I don't think I would. But
Yeah.
Look at that.
Like,
the prop from
that
Batman.
is cool as shit.
Yeah, the Joker movie. Yeah. That would be cool to have. Let's see here. I want to see some of the Anthony Daniels stuff. That's what I'm looking for.
I think if you just search for Anthony Daniels, because I think
the
they put it
Jurassic
in
Park
every line.
Oh, look at that.
His collection.
The mask, the Loki, the original mask. That's awesome. Sold for 31,000 pounds. That's so cool. All right, hold on. I mean, if it doesn't pop up here, I'll find them. I just like looking at some.
How
of
much
this
does
stuff.
the Freddy Krueger hand go for?
I mean, they made tons of those because he had his own TV series too for a while.
Robert Englund had his own
unsold.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of those because they would make 5 or 6 for each of the 7 movies, and he had his own TV series, so he had a bunch of.
I wonder if they had like the copyright on like the something like the leather on the inside.
Yeah.
Attack of the Clones R2D2 dome. Oh, that's badass! Look at that. Darth Sidious's lightsaber is one of the coolest hilts.
See, and this is where I'm confused with this stuff because now when you were talking about here's Anthony Daniels,
687,000 pounds for that.
Like
Bryan, just pull a couple more Otani autos out of those jumbo packs.
Yeah,
I think we're good.
Jesus,
you pulled an Otani auto?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's what it ended up selling for.
So you were saying so. C-3PO has about probably, if I had to guess, there's probably at least a dozen throughout Star Wars, Empire, and Jedi of the C-3PO masks, because they were constant. They made several of them off the camera because like Anthony broke the shin and they had a replacement, but it was the silver. It wasn't the vac metal gold. So there's a lot of those replacement parts that they made just to have them. So. But when you look at those lightsabers, they treated those things like they were gold. Like when they
Dennis, that back metal wouldn't last, right?
Right.
Like if you're
exactly, because it was So, but when you see that that's the Sidious, there was one of those, and they made it for Sith only, and like. When you hear Ewan McGregor talk, like he got to keep his because he asked for it. But then I think he brought it back for the Kenobi series, but they made him his, special one for 1, 2, and 3. There's just all these stories about the lightsabers. They're one of ones per movie. You know what I'm saying?
Look at this. I mean, he was selling bolts from the costume for like thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Look at this. Production made Darth Vader helmet sold for 28,000 pounds. Here's a Hoth Rebel Trooper blaster, 13,000. Oh, look at this. The Empire Strikes Back hand-drawn Ralph McQuarrie logo. Holy shit.
That would be awesome.
Are you kidding me? Look at
How
that.
much did I get for it?
Oh, it's got his notes and everything.
Wow. I think it was like 10 to 12,000, wasn't it?
This is the original. These original patches are so cool. This is what. So when we were over at Flipside and we decided to come up with the show Tales from the Dark Side, this is what we based the first logos off of that for that show off of were these patches, and that's crazy to see the original art. Look how good that looks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. It hasn't sold yet. It's winning bid. Sorry, it did sell 16,000 pounds.
Wow. And it was estimated 4 to 8.
It sold for twice as much.
Good luck.
Wow.
And see, there's C-3PO's foot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's a Stormtrooper blaster, isn't it? Like,
what is this? Rebel shoe.
Ripley's shoe?
A Rebel shoe spaceship from Richard Marquand's Star Wars Return of the Jedi. During the space dogfight before super laser was unleashed by the Death Star, a Rebel shoe, also known as a trainer, was used as an on-screen element representing a Rebel ship in shot SB-53. The Rebel shoe was famously inserted into the shot as a gag by effects supervisor Ken Ralston, and it was gifted to producer Howard. How do you say his name? I forget Kazan. I don't know how to say that. At the end of production, the price comes from his personal collection. Wow, that's awesome! Look at that. Look at that. That's funny, dude.
The shit these guys hide in the fucking scenes.
Right? Look, there he is gifting it to him.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
What did that go for? 20K?
I don't think it's sold. Yeah, it's unsold. I only had 2 bids.
Okay.
That's funny. Oh, what's this?
Oh, that's
Hand-drawn. Is that the Chaikin
that's-
poster? Hand-drawn
Yeah, so-
Drewster's and 10th anniversary comprehensive sketch. Okay.
I had, so that would be what, 77 to 87.
Uh-huh.
I think that was for an iron-on that they used to sell at old T-shirt shops in the mall. Do you remember where you'd go in and you'd pick a color and you'd pick an iron-on?
Yep.
I almost think that I had one of those back in the late 80s.
Here's a Boba Fett figure. It's sold for 7,500 pounds. AFA
That's
75.
Well, what'd the armor go
We
for?
can grab one of those from back here.
The armor was unsold. Jeremy Bullock's Jeremy Bullock's personal replica Boba Fett costume.
Yeah, so he had one of the 501st like upper level guys make him a replica so he could take pictures of him in the costume.
Yeah.
I think Daniel Logan had one too. And I remember he always used to have that picture out on his table, at shows.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But that's why it didn't go. It's not screen used. It's just his personal armor.
That's cool.
Bunch of stuff from Anthony Daniels.
Yeah, see, look, every one of those says Anthony Daniels collection. Anthony Daniels collection.
Bunch of scripts, notes. Revenge of the Sith stuff. He was in all of it, so he's got to have tons of this stuff,
Yep. Well, and the thing is you could put the radio controlled R2D2 out. Like Kenny didn't get, because I was Kenny's manager for about 3 years.
Kenny Baker? Really?
Yeah. And you could put anybody. He didn't do a lot of like the Donnie and Marie show or some of those, he did this celebration, I think he did the holiday special. But like when you would see C-3PO and R2-D2 show up on Donnie and Marie, you had to have Anthony, but you didn't have to have Kenny. So there was a lot of things where Anthony went out there in public where Kenny didn't.
Yeah, because he
it was the other way. It was Chad Cave. It was Kenny didn't respect Anthony, and Anthony had the clout to basically shove back and say, "I won't do it if Kenny's doing it."
Really, they didn't like each other that at all, huh?
God, Kenny. I mean, you get about. You've never seen a little guy drink as much as Kenny drank. He would get Pilato and just start trashing on Anthony.
The original.
That's the original.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's the one that they showed off at the first San
San
Diego
Diego
before release.
Yep.
Yep.
These are stickers, and they only sold for $1,100. Man, I feel like that was cheap.
That's pretty good for stickers.
Right? Oh, this is cool stuff right here.
Yeah.
All of their personal tickets.
It comes down, and I love Maureen, Jeremy's widow.
Oh, look at this. I love this image here.
Is that an original?
It says Anthony Daniels, Ralph McQuarrie autograph print dedicated to Anthony Daniels.
Okay.
Okay, that's not that cool. But I love that image.
So Maureen is selling off all of Anthony's stuff now, and Anthony had just a pretty decent sizable collection of, just things that fans gave him, etc. But Anthony is doing this now while he's alive to enjoy it.
Yep. Smell your flowers while you can.
And Maureen is selling all of Jeremy's stuff after he's passed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, he's got a collection of his figures and stuff. Look at all this. He got all this.
He actually might have gotten some of those from me, because I would always give it when I'd come back from Japan with like an exclusive version of something, this or that. I'd always give him one. Like, actually, I'd be cute to see if he has my Star Wars variant in one of his comic book things, because I gave him like 5 copies of that at UK Celebration years ago, 2016.
You went to the UK Celebration?
The first one over there, and Anthony was there. Mark and Carrie was the last time I saw Carrie.
Oh, wow.
Oh, is that the gold one?
No, it's the dark red arm one.
Oh, okay.
I wish it was the gold one. I thought it was the gold one, the special.
And you know what? And I can't remember what show it was I was talking about. Remember
So for
I said something about
5,000.
somebody found something cool at Goodwill. It was actually. Did you see the thing
Yes.
where somebody found one of the
Gold.
gold helmet
Uh-huh.
at a Goodwill?
Yeah, those things. I was at that San Diego. Or that was it San Diego or Celebration? I can't remember.
Celebration UK. You talking about that one?
No, the gold with the gold C-3PO Lego piece.
Oh yeah, I don't remember which celebration that was.
Was that the cock piece?
That's
Where?
some action.
Where? Yeah, right there. Chewbacca's hair samples, benefit stuff. That's kind of weird. There's a Alec Guinness autographed poster. That's cool. Bunch of shirts. Look at all the old shirts. Harrison Ford and Tim Hildebrand autograph poster. Greg and Tim. Wow, that's cool. That's super cool. Boba Fett.
That's just his wrist patch.
There's a Frank Oz replica Yoda sold for 16,000 pounds. Oh, here's more of the patches.
Original art for the patches.
Yeah, that's so cool, man. Books. There's
Go up to
the actual
socks.
patch.
What the hell? What were those socks?
Norwegian unit crew patches. Because remember, those Norwegian units crew patches are the tough
But that's
ones.
a pair of socks, or is that mittens?
Crew patches, socks, and the balaclava.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, those are super rare, man. They sold for $3,000.
Well, because they didn't bring a whole ton of crew to
Norway.
Norway. In
Yep.
fact, most of the crew stayed inside the place while they shot Luke and Han out in the tundra.
Biker Scout gun, that's cool. Revenge of the Jedi plate screw. What? That's weird.
Probably for somebody's office or their for the dressing rooms and that kind of stuff.
Oh, look at this. Canadian unpunched 18-back walking wind-up R2-D2. Sold for $5,000.
All my years of hunting toys in Canada, I never came across a single one.
Man, those are cool. There's some more art. A lot of art.
Dave Dorman original.
Look at that. Man. Oh, look at this.
Are you trying to show us all the shit we can't afford?
Look at this. That's cool. Get well soon card from Adam Driver with hand-drawn sketch of Kylo Ren. From Adam Driver. That's
Who's
cool.
it to? It should be the Han. He's the one who stabbed.
Damn.
Dude, I would
You
love
must not
to
really
have.
cared for him.
Hey
He's
man,
just like,
sorry
yeah,
about
that was a cool card. I'm gonna
fucking at
sell
the
it now.
lightsaber. Yeah, my bad. Hey, mom. My bad.
I would love to have a thermal detonator replica.
Well, that was a master replica.
Yeah.
They
That's
made,
what I mean.
but it's Carrie Fisher signed plate.
Oh,
so if
wow.
you look at that,
Yeah.
so they would do a special edition where they would have the signature plate, and then they would also do one without the signature plate.
Yeah. I'll take
It's
it
kind
without.
of an upgrade.
Yeah, I just want one. They're fucking badass. That's cool. The prop shop melted Darth Vader helmet. So for 3,437 pounds. Yeah. There's the helmet replica, the lightsaber of Kylo Ren. Yeah, that's a lot of cool stuff, man. That's cool stuff. So, all right, let's get into the drama report.
What is up, Drummler? Into the news. Into the news.
And starting it off, some thieves. We hate thieves around here, you guys. We fucking hate thieves. Dream Strands Comics of Seattle was ram raided by burglars. Look at this shit. They drove a car right through the front of their place and took a bunch of shit. Damn. Oh.
And he's like, okay, you know, and it's like, so usually there's a focus on one thing in the store when they get ram raided.
Sorry, you guys. The sound was off. He was talking about how he had a buddy in sports card store close to him that got ram raided like this, and they had come into his. He thinks that the people that did it had come into his shop the week before because it was asking him for prices on a lot of product to see if maybe Dennis's place was a place to pull off the job.
Yep.
Yeah. So this is crazy though, right here, man. That's more and more stuff like that. More and more stuff is happening like this, where they're just riding, taking their car right through it. Says customer Garrett Blair. Oh wait, hold on. Dream Stands Comics post to Facebook. Let's actually check out the Facebook post. Let's go to their Facebook. Okay, well, folks, it's another lovely day in Seattle, so that means we've had another burglary. Oh, man. Oh, that hurts.
Seattle, no less.
Oh, that hurts. I would love to talk. If anybody was at Emerald City Comic Con that's in the chat, let me know. I want to know how Seattle was when you were there. Just let me know. And if you're hearing this on the replay, tell me in descriptions what Seattle was like when you were there for Emerald City Comic Con. All right. It says here, the Cretans rammed the front of the building with a vehicle, so we're going to be closed today for repairs and structure stabilization. Can't have people inside the store, sorry. However, if you do want something, call ahead or come up to the giant hole in the wall and we can do a curbside pickup for your merch. Or if you want your stuff mailed to you, we can do PayPal or CC over the phone as well. That is messed up. Oh. Let's see what she says here. I hate that stealing and ramming through storefronts is the new normal. This happened to the pot shop near me 3 times in 1 month in November. Yeesh. All my businesses are having to deal with that. I definitely recommend getting bollards as soon as possible in front of the building. There's a lot of red tape through the city to get them approved and installed, but I'd say jump on it ASAP, as I have a feeling we're going to have a Summer of Love 2.0 here. Are those just probably like big stone pillars or something?
Yeah, you know how Target has those big red balls?
Yes.
You're like, oh, hey, these are because they have a big red target, and that's to keep people from doing this.
Yes, gotcha.
You see, like Circuit. I think Best Buy has the giant pillars. That
Yeah.
they put little, And then I just saw that they installed these at my Staples because
They have it's a comic shop too.
Stuff.
Yeah, look at that. They're comics. Oh, I did say they were comics. Sorry, I'm thinking baseball cards because you're talking baseball cards. Oh man, that's a bummer. Here we go. So they got a new
Do they
door
have a list
up.
of what got stolen?
That's what I'm looking for. Let's see if we can find a list. Let's see here. Sorry about the Windows, hoping much was lost. Yeah, it doesn't look like. We're back open. New aesthetic. Crime City chic. Let's see if they... Yeah, they don't talk about what's missing. I wish they did say what was missing, because that's an important thing to say what was missing so we can find the people that did it, because there's people going to be... There's people going to be selling stuff.
There's a ton of people in the chat who know my friend Lauren Becker, and he's the one that got that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1 stolen from the convention that GalaxyCon Columbus. And you have to tell people what got stolen, because the second that happened, and I know Blind Adam's in the chat and he'll remember this. He posted that immediately the next morning when he discovered it gone. Immediately, all the people started searching. The dumbass posted it to Facebook Marketplace, and they caught the guy that night.
Good.
And he got his books back like midweek, a couple days later. You know,
I wish
you have to share that information to get the community on your side to start looking, and these things can be recovered.
Yep. There was a guy that stole a bunch of books in another state and was trying to sell them here in Arizona. They were all graded books. They brought him into Jesse's store, and Jesse was like, he knew the guy was selling stolen goods because of what he was at, trying to get, and what he's at. He didn't know what he had. So he knew that he told the guy to go to another store that they would be better. And then he called that store, hey, there's a guy coming, that type of thing. Man. All right, here's some more interesting stuff on the card side. Check this out. This is crazy. So,
what's Sports Card Investor doing now?
Well, this is a good thing. Panini autographs aren't showing up in boxes, hobby boxes of Prism. Listen to this.
Autos, they haven't contacted us. What has Panini done on the Prism Autos? They haven't contacted us. Not only have they not contacted us, they put no statement out on social media as of at least the filming of this video. They have no statement on their blog. There's no statement on their website. I checked all of it today just to see, have they put anything out anywhere, even acknowledging that this has happened in any type of public format? The answer is no. That drives me up a freaking wall.
And they might not.
It drives me up a freaking wall. It is insanity, and I hate it for collectors. I hate it for collectors that we have a serious problem here with one of the premier hobby releases of the year, and the manufacturer is not acknowledging it publicly. Acknowledge it.
Let me restart this because I see the audio.
What has Panini done on the Prism Autos? They haven't contacted us. Not only have they not contacted us, they put no statement out on social media as of at least the filming of this video. They have no statement on their blog. There's no statement on their website. I checked all of it today just to see, have they put anything out anywhere, even acknowledging that this has happened in any type of public format? The answer is no.
Okay, good.
That drives me up a freaking wall.
And they might not.
It drives me up a freaking wall. It is insanity, and I hate it for collectors. I hate it for collectors that we have a serious problem here with one of the premier hobby releases of the year, and the manufacturer is not acknowledging it publicly. Acknowledge it. Say what happened. Apologize. Make it right. Have some method. Topps is doing it. Panini is not.
Topps isn't doing it. This is the thing. Every single manufacturer in the last 2 years has had problems on releases. The Topps 2022 Chrome stuff was a complete foobar. It was unbelievable, the fuck up that Topps did for that.
Okay, so real quick, like I said, I'm not paying attention to all this, and I know, but I also made a statement about this about 2 weeks ago, I think on this show. Does Fanatics own Panini?
Yes, I believe so.
I don't, because at one point Panini was suing Fanatics. So
here's the short of that video. I just opened a $3 million card shop in Atlanta. I bought a shitload of this stuff. People are buying this. They're not getting autographs, and no one is calling me and telling me.
Yeah,
that's it.
So yeah, I don't think Fanatics owns Panini, and this is what I said, I believe 2 weeks ago on this show, is if at some point Fanatics can literally, oh, okay, Panini, you're going to keep making product and you're going to keep trying to compete with us. We own the major league player, or we own all the players associations.
Right. Yeah.
You get 0 autographs. And then guess what? You still have to meet your supply. So you don't have any autographs to insert because the Players Association won't let any of their players sign with you.
Yep.
And you've got to race to get this product out because you got pre-orders that you're about to lose if you don't get them out in time. You send it out and you hope that they don't get sued. And then, then you figure out, okay, well, can we contact old players and fill it in with, legacy players, and make up for it in another
That's why
wave.
when you see him get, Dennis, to me, like when you see him get that upset, it's because I have a lot of money I put in this.
Oh yeah.
No one's calling me. No one's selling me anything, and basically, I have no answers. So.
And Wilson, he specialized in Panini. He literally, anything basketball and Panini was always number one on his list. It was the number one card you have to get. It's the number one series that you have to crack. It's the number one hobby that he was doing breaks on. And so this is a betrayal. He feels this is a betrayal.
It says here, the most prominent news involves Fanatics' main competitor, Panini, which has deals with the National Basketball Association and the National Football League that expire in 2025 and 2026. Before those agreements could be renewed, Fanatics swooped in to sign its own long-term deals with those leagues. So basically what happened is Fanatics won the baseball leagues,
baseball, football,
we got
and
LB.
Yeah, and when that happens, Topps is like, all right, we're just going to sell to you because they'd be screwed. So Topps, that's how Fanatics got Topps. Panini was getting ready to talk to the National Football League and the NBA about putting out that re-signing to get them past 2026, and Fanatics went in and said, nope, we'll buy him for more. So now Panini, it says here in August, Panini sued Fanatics. It claimed that having exclusive deals with the three biggest leagues, MLB, NBA, and NFL, would stifle competition and innovation and violate antitrust laws. The Fanatics deals mean Panini won't be able to sell cards that feature league or team logos, which could make the cards look more generic and less attractive to collectors.
Yeah, it'll be like Leaf.
Yeah, and it'd be like Panini Baseball. Nobody likes that shit. It says Panini also claimed that Fanatics poached its top executives in violation of their contracts and bought GC Packaging, the printer based in Allen, Texas, that Panini uses to strangle its supply. They bought their printer. Holy shit!
Hey, you don't mess with Texas, motherfucker.
Oh my God.
Well, and to me, the biggest thing Fanatics did was they did all of this stuff behind the scenes, and they announced it a week before Topps was set to have their IPO.
Yes.
Which would have made Topps all sorts of money if it had gone good, but it crippled and crushed Topps so that literally Fanatics just came in and said, "Oh, you're active now. You're a stock. We can just buy 51% of your shares and say sell to Panini or sell to Fanatics. Okay, we'll do that."
Well, they did the same thing to Panini by buying that printer. It says here, Fanatics' acquisition of the printer has given Fanatics control of Panini's lifeblood, the production of nearly all its trading cards. Fanatics denied the claim and said delivery times had improved since it bought the printer. Fanatics countersued, accusing Panini of fraud, shoddy production, and poor customer service. Fanatics said the signing long-term exclusive deals with leagues was precisely what Panini had done, and they're right. Panini had done the same thing, and that's why we didn't have Topps Chrome football or Topps Chrome basketball anymore. It says here, quote, they sued us for the very things they succeeded in doing over 15 years ago, present a more compelling model for sports properties and win rights from the incumbents, Michael Rubin, Fanatics founder and chief executive officer, said in a statement. The industry needed significant change and innovation, and they are now viewed as antiquated. Now, here's the fucking problem. If you're going to come in here and say that, and then you're taking over Topps and you have all the fuck-ups that's going on at Topps, fuck you, Michael Rubin. Fuck you and fuck all those card people that are just ruining the card industry. Quality is shit. Upper Deck. I am so mad right now at Upper Deck
and I find
for this shit right here.
The case. I thought you were talking about that. The case of hockey.
That's what I'm talking about.
You see that? I think you guys showed it, that hot box on Wednesday where it was 94 autographs when they were only supposed to have 5.
Well, look at this.
How many boxes have none because they got 94?
This guy opened up. Yeah, this guy opened up like 15 cases of the new Series 2 hockey to get Connor Bedard, and pulled this many 15 cases, and he got this many Bedard Young Guns. Now here's why I'm so pissed about this. I'm seeing all these gorgeous
are in a case.
12. I'm seeing all these gorgeous, and you're supposed to. By the way, you're supposed to get, I think, like 70 Young Guns per case. So think about that too.
Because 6 by 12.
Yeah.
You're right.
So here's the fucking problem with all this, and I'm so mad because I'm seeing all these beautiful Connor Bedard Young Guns and these reds and clears. There's $1 million bounty on this card. This card should have been in Series 1. I bought that fucking Series 1 case, pre-bid it as soon as it came out, and they didn't put them in the case. And I'm so mad seeing all this. Upper Deck then fucked up even worse and forgot to put the Young Guns in a bunch of the cases in Series 1. So I have a case with Upper Deck right now where they're supposed to give me like 40 Young Guns back. I don't want those. Give me a case of Series 2, Upper Deck. The dude at Upper Deck, I got to shout out Jason at Upper Deck. He sent me some really cool Coyotes cards. He said from one collector to another. I read I sent him a big thing about my story and how it's almost caused me to leave collecting cards, all these fucking fuck ups. But seeing all these beautiful Connor Bedard rookies coming out of these Series 2 cases, that's why I bought the Series 1 case. Those people that didn't get any young ones in their Series 1 cases, you should send them a case of Series 2. That's what you should fucking do. You shouldn't send them some hits from Series 1.
But
you should
the
send them
problem
a
is that,
case of
Bryan,
Series 2.
The only way they can do that is to overprint Series 2.
Not
to do
true.
Those replacements.
Not
And
true.
I think they. But then
Not
if
true. They
send
have.
everybody a
They
Series
have.
1,
They haven't sold
then
out
there's
all
less
those
Series
cases.
2.
They have those cases sitting. They have extra cases sitting. You know what I mean? They're not gonna. They don't have to reprint
and
anything.
the fact they put Bedard in as a Easter egg, the short print,
It's bullshit.
Well, did you guys see I think it was Swaggle House and Neo did a talk about PSA and SGC, and they mentioned something really interesting to me, which is the one thing that Fanatics hasn't controlled or tried to control is the grading market, and that they can't go in and just control PSA, and they can't buy PSA, and Beckett is owned by another company, and they probably won't buy Beckett. But the thing that they were talking about is the rumor is they may go in and try to buy CGC to get the card grading so that they can pre-grade cards and do, graded cards.
Who's going to go buy CGC?
Fanatics. They don't control a grading company.
Yeah. Wow, that would be crazy.
Then what would Fanatics do with a comic grading division? And then the other flip side is, what would Beckett do if they got bought? What would happen to CBCS if Beckett got bought by Fanatics? There's so many.
When you said that, I was thinking, like, honestly, the one I'd go and buy is Beckett.
Yeah, the cheap one.
And it's cheap enough. Yeah.
Right.
And guess what?
Yeah.
If Fanatics was grading all
and they
of
have
these
like
cards,
really nice cases, like you could clean them up. Like, there's a lot there if you want.
I love the quad grades. I love the quad grades.
I do too.
Oh,
thick,
Nate, you'll love this.
You talking
Here you
about
have it,
these?
the most expensive Kobe Bryant card of all time, which we just sold for about $1.8 million. This is his Topps Chrome Rookie Refractor card in B.
The all black 10, 10, 10.
The only black label I have is of Dennis, his rookie card.
Yeah. Dennis, do you have a rookie card?
I know.
No, I don't have a rookie card.
You need one. We need to make one.
Okay, so I just saw today, if you get a chance, can you look up Cody Lockwood on Instagram?
Yeah.
So I just saw this today.
How do you spell
and
Cody?
Yeah, it sounds like I'm a shill.
How do you spell Cody? K-O-D-I?
C-O-D-Y.
C-O-D-Y. Lockwood? L-O-C-K-W-W-O-O-D?
Yes. I think he has a middle name in there, but it should find it.
Cody Lockwood.
He does a lot of autograph comics and stuff like that. Cody James Lockwood, maybe?
Oh, that's it. Cody James Lockwood. Yeah.
He's got a big beard. Look at that slab.
Just like mine.
has anybody seen Beckett's manga grading slabs?
Yeah.
Look at that right there. I held that in my hand today. Can you zoom in right under the title?
It won't let me. I can open it. Hold on. Let me do this. Yeah, I can do that. Hold on.
So
I've never seen this before.
This just got released, and I've got 6 books in submission right now for this grading. But this is an old manga with a, if you know manga, they have slip cases. They have a jacket, a dust jacket. Look at the way Beckett is grading manga. Dust jacket 6.5, cover
9.2.
9.2, average
PGC does that too.
Yeah.
Oh,
they don't average it, but they grade the dust jacket.
Okay. But what do they give the grade to the book on?
I think what the actual book is, not what the dust jacket is.
Okay. This was so beefy. It's super thick. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah, no, and OJ Pimpson, it is weird that Beckett decided to take manga grading for themselves and not put it under the CBCS. But when you see these graded mangas in person, they're so beautiful. It's a game changer, I think, for the market.
Yeah.
I want this card.
Once they actually start grading, like, actual Japanese manga, I think it'll be a game changer.
Says International Comics.
Yeah.
Him playing golf.
No, this was at the game the other night when they won, and he just doing his winning golf shot. And this, look at this lady in the background.
Oh,
I need
I
that.
miss that.
And look at this guy looking right at her tits.
Yeah.
Wham!
That just became the Mark. Is it Mark Jackson?
It's the Eight on Hoops, the Melendez brothers.
Yeah.
He's killing those boobs. Killing.
Oh God, man, this is great. I would love to have this.
Thing. They have editors. I can't believe.
No, this is fake. This is fake. Somebody made this.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I wish this was real. Could you imagine?
Rushed.
We could make it real.
Yeah.
There's enough talent in this
look at some of the
chat.
comments. It's the first fusion card. Timeless moment plus kaboob.
You get a Dolly Parton kaboob.
Did you know that not one company that grades cards will grade anything with nudity?
I think I see young Dolph and the Menendez twins. Look, somebody put the same thing.
Yep.
I heard this was number 80085. At least a couple of racks. God damn, she got some knockers. I'd pay a zill. That swing is beautiful. Oh, dude. I love that guy.
You need that. They need a Nolan Ryan, like the 89 upper deck, where he has his swing kind of coming through and it hits her a little bit. Because I hit it at the bottom.
I need her auto and her availability schedule. Jesus, man.
Morgana.
Yeah, Morgana. Shout out to Sleepy John. Oh man, Motorboat Prism. Oh, dude.
That's it.
It would be funny if his wife was there and she's looking at him like with daggers. Look at those are probably his 2 kids, man.
Yep.
People are putting this guy on Front Street all over the internet right now, man.
Oh yeah.
This guy's like, you motherfuckers. It was just 3
like,
seconds. I only looked for 3 damn seconds.
No, the best part is he's got the front row. He's like,
yeah.
He paid for her to come, but his wife's over there. Like, no, I don't. I swear I don't know her. No idea who she is.
Oh my God. 3 Rivers said the chick is an escort in LA and she raised her prices to $1,500 an hour.
Oh, that's the one that's the one they're putting out.
New York
It's on the
Post
New
had
York
an
Post.
article
I
on
didn't know.
her.
I had no idea what they're talking about.
Makes you wonder.
Most
if the
time it's always a
dude
Mets
sitting
problem.
next to
I'm
her-
like, oh god. Yeah.
It makes you wonder which dude's sitting next to her, because there's a dude behind him, and then there's a dude over to the side of her. One of those had to take her there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's terrible. That's terrible. That's
You guys
funny
seen
though.
Curb Your Enthusiasm? It's like Larry David. Like,
This is me right
I will
now.
pull a titty out.
This isn't me right now, but this is everybody opening up Upper Deck Series 2 hockey.
Motherfucker! Ah, shit! God damn it! Same shit, different day! Come on, you motherfucker! Ah, shit! God damn it! Same shit, different day!
That's all of us opening up retail. Oh, Jesus. Social media.
I swore off sports cards when the whole Fanatics thing happened. I said to myself, there is an opportunity, but there's a huge opportunity for everybody who got fucked in that deal to just say, fuck the industry. If I'm going out, I'm going out. And it looks like Panini took that option.
So this is in drama alert because it is a rough. This is one of the most rough innuendo covers ever, and it's on the next level. I'm glad Josh is here to see it. This showed up in my IG feed from Foreign Comics Grails.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
It's like great. I forget what action. There's action. Oh, Action Comics 457.
Somewhere from
yeah.
the Middle East.
Yep. Arabic.
Well, I mean that was a U.S. cover. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a real cover.
Bite the pillow cover.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, man. With the all black background, it looks just so menacing, dude.
Z was trying to put together the whole set of that, I think, at one point. The best one is the one from Iraq, because Superman's got like the Saddam mustache on all the comics.
Got a nut duster.
Yeah, it's crazy how they did that over there.
The Different Strokes episode at the bicycle shop.
Variants. Let's see here.
I mean, the fact Different Strokes episode got pulled out. I'm like, that's great.
Where are some of the variants, man? Why can't I see them? Should they make it easy to see? Superman. Let's do this.
Go to GCD. Type in like Action Comics 457
what I love about
GCD.
this book is even in our little microcosm of this is such a great cover, you can still find this in dollar boxes and $5 like eBay sales. You know.
They normally have like some different countries stuff sometimes.
Oh, sorry, Adam. We're looking at the one where Superman's taking off his shirt and the boy is crying on his pillow. And it looks like Superman's about to mount him.
Yeah, that's the original right there.
I'll have to find a picture of the
It's
one where
a
he's got the
lie.
mustache.
The reason why these ones are so rough because it doesn't have the word bubbles, right? Because in the American one it has the word bubbles, and this one you just left to your imagination on this one.
Yeah,
Man.
you're just looking at it.
Yeah, that one's rough, man. Whew. That's a tough book to find, though. I imagine that's probably a really tough book to find.
Yeah.
All right, hold on here. Guy walks into your card shop. Is this it? Let me see.
It's been a few years since I've been to Average Joe's, but a lot of you have told me to come to this card shop to find a card from the Quest, so we're going to go do that right now. This is the Great California Card Shop Tour. Anybody a Funko Pop fan?
That's a huge card shop.
So this is how not to act when a person comes into your LCS or your comic shop or your card shop and has a camera crew. Okay.
Wall of Funkos. I haven't been to this shop in a few years, and I usually think of it as like a modern only, but maybe I've never noticed this before, but they have a lot of really cool vintage cards here. Do you guys have any boxes? No, that stuff goes really quick. Goes real fast, yeah? You know what? You gotta say, I do like the music in this shop, so that's a good point. Oh, and yes, we are going to be making mint cases for comic books, just if you were wondering. $10 for a 91 Upper Deck set? That's actually pretty cool. I like seeing like a set of 91 Upper Deck for $10, you know? It's a lot of, for $10, you can have a lot of fun going through a whole set.
Sucks when you go into a shop and the people do not talk to you. If you have somebody come into your shop that has a camera and is filming, even if you don't recognize them, I mean, this is the guy that does those mint cases that we were just talking about and how great they are. But you go into the shop, you talk to the guy, you say, hey, let me show you around my shop. Check this out. This is what we got. You don't just let them film, because this is what happens.
92 baseball Upper Deck. Can I pick up one pack of the 2024? Is that the jumbo? Yeah, can I get one pack of that? Great. Well, they didn't have any of the...
So what this guy usually does when he goes into a shop and the shop is clean, he throws them a pack and goes, let's open it together, and he films in the shop.
Quest cards, unopened packs, but I did pick up a jumbo pack of 2024 Series 1, because I just really want to find that Shohei Ohtani in a Dodgers uniform short prints. Ooh, there's something in there.
So he doesn't pull anything.
Okay, here we go. What's this? And what do we got?
And listen to what he says after he goes through these cards.
Juan Soto. Now, Juan Soto's kind of fun. It's always fun to come to a card shop in Anaheim. You got the Angels, you got Disneyland. I like how the shop has comic books and Funkos and something for everyone. The guys in the shop are pretty busy today. Angels, you got Disneyland. I like how the shop has comic books and Funkos and something for everyone. The guys in the shop are pretty busy today. The guys in the shop are pretty busy today. But still, another card shop for the great California card shop.
That could have been a great... This guy's going to all the shops in California. He's doing a road tour like Bueller. That could have been a great advertisement for Average Joe's card shop right there.
Well, at least he didn't go Star Wars shirt guy with Dave Portnoy, though.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, it can get a lot worse.
Yeah. But this is kind of cool, man.
That's a good point. Oh, and yes, we are going to be making mint cases for comic books, just if you were wondering.
There you go, Hood.
So what's this guy do? He makes mint cases for...
So this guy used to be an executive with Disney and a few other places.
It's been a few years since I've been to Average Joe's.
He does these cases right here. They're called mint cases.
Yeah, I have seen those. Yeah.
Yeah, they're really badass. You just put them in. They're really cool. So anyways, man, that you don't frickin'... If somebody comes in your shop with a damn camera, do everything you can thinking that this is going to show up on YouTube or social media. It could be somebody that you don't recognize that has millions of fans, and you just made... I mean, you made that guy basically say, they're really busy in there. There was nobody walking around in there.
Yeah.
I mean, give me a freaking break. That's just plain ridiculous. All right, continuing on with...
It's Brian, it's what we talk about on the industry show.
Yeah.
Jesse and I are 2 people out of 2,000 stores. And it's what I've been saying for years to people I hang out with, and they're, then when they're like, oh yeah, well, you're just Dennis and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, name me 5 retailers that aren't in your city. You have to go out and grab it, and most people don't know how to grab it.
Yeah. This is kind of crazy. Check this out.
In the United States, there is no law that limits the amount of cash you can have in your personal possession when you fly. But that didn't stop the DEA from taking Stacy Jones' cash in a carry-on bag. But it soon got the attention of a TSA agent.
So she opened the bag and she starts pulling out the money, and she said, where did this come from?
Jones tells 8 on Your Side she had $43,000 in the carry-on bag. She was then questioned by a DEA agent.
Right next to you at the airport gate. But you've probably never noticed the plainclothes drug agents who stake out the boarding door. They don't find a lot of drugs in these jet bridge searches, but they do find a lot of money. And we found them. These Clayton County narcotics officers searched after Jean Ellie. The same thing happened to comedian Clayton English. English has joined forces with fellow comedian Eric Andre.
I had 2 agents whip out a badge,
filing a federal lawsuit against Clayton County police. Records that also show local police have seized more than $1 million in cash from passengers. EA task force officers, they stopped passengers at the boarding door, asking to see their documents before going through their carry-on bags.
You have to search before you find what you're looking for.
Sir, I've got nothing to say to you.
Another officer was behind me, out of sight, over my shoulder, giving hand signals to Fikes as I asked him questions.
It's taking people's money based off an assumption, not facts, not evidence.
In the United States.
So think about that, and this comes from the great curator, who's I love the great curator IG account. It's awesome. He does great toys posts and Star Wars stuff, but he gets a lot of hate in the card world. But I like him a lot. But he said card show vendors take notice. Same with now comic vendors, big comic guys. Be careful if you're going. I saw shout out to Golden Age Guru. He did a really cool thing where he went to go hand drop off a big key book that sold. So he flew out to the guy and he did a little thing on his IG post showing him fly out to the guy, and he was on a flight that had nobody on it. You know, a lot of people do that when you're selling big collectibles. You'll fly out to the person or vice versa. If you have that cash on you, they're going to take that. They don't care what you say. They think that you're lying. So they're going to take that fucking cash. That can destroy people's lives. I mean, think about that. You go sell your Grail because you have to make a crazy house payment, or a tax payment, or you're fucking going to jail. So you sell, a big key, and you're coming back from selling it, and you got a bunch of cash in your pocket, and they take it. Fuck.
Well, I mean, the same thing happens for dealers. If I flew in to a show to do a show, and I flip, 10 G's worth of books at that show, and I have all my stuff shipped back, and I get on the plane with the 10 G's, I legitimately sold that. You're calling me a drug dealer. There's no DEA does not say comic book and sports card dealers.
Yeah.
It's the Drug Enforcement Agency, and you can't just equate cash to drugs.
Have you guys seen the people complaining about the Sentry with the new Sentry issue? Did you guys see the new Sentry stuff?
No.
So the Sentry, they did that mini-series with the Sentry, where the Sentry's powers got broken up between 5 people or whatever, and then the final person was going to get the powers. Well, there's a lot of people complaining because the final person ended up being a handicapped. I think she has like multiple sclerosis or something, and that's who they gave the Sentry's powers to. So it's very interesting to see people talking about this. It's weird, a lot of weird different takes, but it's kind of interesting to see that where Marvel decided to go with this. They're changing her name from the Sentry to Solaris. So very interesting, man. A lot of people talking about it right now. It says, at the end of issue 4, she is taken by Misty Knight to a new superhero headquarters where she sits in a wheelchair, proudly proclaiming her new superhero name Solaris, which seems to be a variant of the Sentry. It appears yet another Marvel character will shoehorn into its universe that fans have no interest in. The obsession with diversity is joke-worthy, with a wheelchair-bound, dark-skinned woman flying through the air. If this is the direction MCU wants to make the Sentry character for the Thunderbolts, audience will surely riot. This is coming from Fandom Pulse, John Delarose.
Can I make a prediction?
Yeah.
I'm guessing she's also LGBTQ.
I don't know, but you probably... I wouldn't be surprised.
Cardi West said it in the thing too.
Yeah. Shout out to our boy Hartman.
Nate too. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it says here that that's this. I guess the Sentry. There's something going on with the Sentry. But this is coming from Fandom Pulse, where I saw this, where it says, Marvel replaces upcoming Thunderbolts movie character with the Sentry with a disabled black woman. Man,
so they didn't learn the Echo lesson.
It's very interesting how both sides immediately pull up the race card and they're both saying the same things. it's so weird to see these big, huge deals, and this happen. Comics has become very interesting as of late. That's for sure.
But here's the funny thing. It's like what I said earlier. MCU gets a directive. They give them just enough information to tell them where they need to head the comic books, so that it has a backup in the source material. So if that
here's why I'm bringing this up.
And then
That's the exact reason I'm bringing this up, Dennis, because and it's not because of what John wrote. I think it's John Del Rose. Is that his name? The guy who runs Fandom Pulse? I can't remember. John Del Rose.
Del Rose does the he does the
Fandom Pulse website.
Yeah, he does the interviews that are CG related.
Yeah.
I believe,
so none of this stuff matters to me. What matters to me is what you just said. My question, the reason I bring it up on Drama Alert is Marvel and the and DC have done this in the past, where right before they get to do something in the MCU or on TV, they bring it back. And we talked about this a little bit earlier, Dennis. You brought this up. They bring it, and we talk about it all the time, where they bring it through comics and then they kind of get it started in the comics before it starts in the MCU. So, what was their thoughts of getting Steven Yeun to do Sentry? Like, I want to know what the Sentry thoughts were.
Okay, well, I'll tell you. First of all, he's Asian.
Yeah, I understand that, but if they were going this route, hold on. If they were going this route, why did they go this route in the comics and then have they hired somebody to play the Sentry that's totally different than this route?
Well, if you remember, the second first Kirkman announced it was Steven Yeun. And then I believe Marvel announced Steven's got something else he's got to do. And they said, hey, they're looking at, and I'll just throw the name out. I can't remember who it was. Henry Cavill. And immediately, one side of the spectrum came out and said, you can't replace an Asian actor with a white man. The only thing you can, and guess what? Unless you're going to get Short Round, who's already in the MCU,
it makes me think.
Asian
it makes me
actor is going to be that.
Well, what it makes me wonder is, like, did they plan to have a bigger role with the Sentry, or I don't know. It just really made me think about that. I want to know what their plans were when they signed Steven Yeun to do it. Like, what was the plan with the Sentry? Was he going to be a big bad? Was he going to be just a quick knockoff character? What was he going to be that made you decide to go this route with the Sentry comic? Because this Sentry comic was kind of put together and decided to go this route, I imagine, before Steven Yeun quit and left. So what were they thinking? Did they even talk to each other? That's a question for when if we ever get somebody that's working within the industry of the MCU and Marvel, to find out if they even talk to each other. Do the comic and the publishing teams talk with the MCU or not?
Have you ever seen the mafia movies where the boss wants somebody whacked, so he goes over and he tells the one guy, hey, needs to go sleep with the fishes. And then that guy goes to a phone booth and says, hey, meet me at the grocery store, in the cereal aisle. And then he goes, hey, it'd be a shame if somebody got whacked.
Yeah.
This guy. And then that guy goes to the two thugs that they have do that kind of work. And they're like, hey, get rid of them. So this is in a much prettier way, the corporate has their meeting. MCU has their meeting. Kevin Feige tells the writer of this or the producer or whatever level it's at. And when the Marvel people get to go to that meeting, they just kind of go over and go, hey, this is the direction we're going. Can you make the comics go this direction? And then that guy comes back, or that girl comes back and says, hey, CB Cebulski, this is the direction that they want to go in. Can you make this happen? And then he goes to a writer, go, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we went in this direction? Wow, that's kind of an interesting, bold new direction. Oh, yeah, I just came up with that. And then that editor goes to the writer and says, hey, can you write it this direction? And so it just trickles down. Nobody writes the memo saying, hey, we lost the Asian guy for Sentry. Can you replace her can you replace them with somebody who is way more progressive than the Asian dude would have been?
It's just weird, man.
Well, and then RJ in the chat said Ryan Reynolds can save the sinking ship. That's already happened. Disney MCU went to Ryan Reynolds and said, "Hey, can you cram this person and this person and this person into your little Deadpool movie here?" And Ryan was like, "No, that's not the direction we want to go." And they're like, "No, it'd be really nice if you did this." And he was like, "Yeah, I'm not into that." And so there was a beef there.
Weird. It's interesting. Well, you guys, you know how we do this. That is Drama Alert segment for this week. Let's let our boy David Lee Roth bring
David Lee Roth.
Yeah, bring us back in.
Can you hear me out there? Hey, man, don't be squirting water at me. I'm gonna fuck your girlfriend, pal.
All right, let's go do a quick. We're gonna rock through FOC really quickly and then call it a night. So we're gonna go to our boy Lefteros' page to start us off this week with his great FOC selections from March 11th. Starting off with Batman 146. This is cover D, a Jim Lee cover. Look at that. It's not a very good Jim Lee cover. Yeah, it's not good at all, man. Artist Spotlight variant featuring Batman by Jim Lee. Everybody's going to go crazy just because it's Jim Lee. Chip Zdarsky. He writes, Lefteros writes, "It's nice to see Jim Lee on open order Artist Spotlight variant for what should be another great issue of Batman." Why? I don't know. It's just not that good of a cover. Do you guys like that cover?
No.
Yeah, it's not a Jim Lee cover.
I can't even tell what's going on besides there's a horse.
Yeah.
It's London because there's Big Ben.
Yeah.
Batman riding a horse.
Is it Gotham by the Gaslight universe?
That's a good question. We'll have to find out. Edge of Spider-Verse number 3. You got the first full appearance of Star Spider. Another cover by Chad Hardin. His last cover was big deal. And you got another one.
That name is better than Boy Spider.
Yeah, exactly. This issue will introduce Star Spider, the latest hero courtesy of Justina Ireland and Pete Woods.
I think the idea of big deal is a good idea. What's the big deal? Next cover. Next book.
Gunslinger Spawn number 30. You've got They Call Me Trinity movie homage variant featuring Gunslinger spawned by Marco Fiala.
You know my problem with this cover, and I saw it on IG I think a couple days ago. He doesn't need the cape on that. He should be tied up without the cape.
That's one of my all-time favorite series of movies. What was that first one called with Henry Fonda? They Call Me
Liberty Valance?
No, The Man with No Name or whatever. What was that series?
Well,
I was going to ask because I was like, this cover looks great.
Well, those
Like
are
a
you're
movie.
talking about Man with
I
No
don't know.
Name. That's Clint Eastwood
Oh,
and the Sergio Leone spaghetti westerns. So
Terrence Hill. This one right here.
yeah, Terrence Hill was this was the later guy.
Yeah.
He was also Super Trooper, I think.
Yeah, this is a really good set of movies that started with him in this movie. My Name is Nobody. They Call Me Trinity. My Name is Nobody. Is the set of movies.
My Name is Nobody, the famous slap in the bar scene.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the one I want to show. Those movies are so great, dude. Yeah. Here we go. I'll show you here. Let's see here. Don't they have...
Just type in Terrence Hill slap in the bar.
They should have trailers for this somewhere here.
Yeah, but you're going to want the one from YouTube. If that doesn't get you flagged.
Yeah, let's see here. What happened? Who won? Did Sugar Sean win? Chat, let me know. This one right here.
So good.
Clown. Now we can't miss. Smart aleck. Fellas like you never seem to catch on. It's actually very simple. Now pay attention, huh?
Fucking spaghetti westerns, man.
And he's so dubbed too, because when you hear his real voice, it's way.
Oh yeah, you guys have to know about. This is how all spaghetti westerns are. Super cheesy style.
Why don't you join us? Uh-huh. It ain't nice to shoot a man in the back.
That's the they call My Name Is Nobody, and they did a bunch of movies based on it. So that's where They Call Me Trinity, the variant, comes from that movie.
Bryan, basically Sugar's got it. It's fifth round right now. So,
oh, good.
But he's basically got it. He's
just been whooping his ass.
Winning on points.
Well, it's been a little back and forth, but it's at this point it ends at 5. It's him.
Okay. Spectrograph number 1, Haunted Mansion Ghost Stories Steeped in the Decay of Century of Capitalism, written by James Tynion with art by Christian Ward. This is a distillery book. Now, this is very interesting because James Tynion came out and said he's done doing superhero stories. He does not like writing superhero stories, and he doesn't want to do one anytime soon. So, very interesting.
Who owns Distillery?
The same guys that did Comixology.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah. So.
Sworn enemies of mine.
Really? I like those guys. We'll talk about those
Comixology.
later. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah. Industry show.
Star Wars Darth Vader number 45. You get the first appearance of Balin Skull and Shin Hati. But I don't...
Which looks like, what's his name from Ahsoka and his sidekick.
That's what this is. Yeah, that's who these are.
That's who they are.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I could care less about that. Transformers number 4, the second print cover is badass. Another great Jason Howard cover. I love these second print covers that they've been putting out. And who doesn't love Megatron? And then Ultimate X-Men number 2, first full in-story appearance of Maystorm. This is the Peach Momoko series that is actually pretty damn good. Did you read this, Josh?
No, I need to. I heard that it was good.
It is, dude. It's the interior art's really, it's not really good, but it's good Momoko, and it's got that horror aspect to it, and she did a really good job. I like it.
Yeah, I'll have to read that.
All right, and then we've got a fourth printing of Ultimate Spider-Man number 1 coming out, and then a blank cover fourth printing, and that is our boy Lefteros on IG with one of our favorite comic book tool websites, coverprice.com. Now we jump over to our boy Billy's at Economic.
Brian, don't forget to
Comics.
mention we're going to be talking about Ultimate Spider-Man on the industry show on Tuesday.
We are, yes, we are.
Yeah.
FOC pre-orders with our boy Billy. Let's go ahead and do A through Z because it's easier for me. Starting off with some Aliens books. You get some Perillo variants on the What If stuff for What If number 2 Aliens. So West Coast Avengers, or this is Amazing Spider-Man number 47, another one of the Disney. I wonder if people are still buying a ton of these just to complete their sets.
Dealers are still buying them because
Are
I saw
they?
2 dealers at the show that had large selections of all of these books.
Yeah. Interesting. Here's a Momoko variant for Spider-Man, which isn't good. Not good. You know, somebody said in the chat yesterday that Momoko's interior work is good and her covers are just not. She's just not a good cover artist, and that her interior work is much better. And after reading Ultimate X-Men number 1, I kind of agree with that. I'm going to have to read Demon Days. You have, let's see here, Antarctica, Archie and Friends Hot Rod Racing one-shot. What do we got here? There you go. All new lead story introducing Daisy Thunder. That could be a good book to pick up a couple copies.
And be on the lookout for, I'm sure once they announce this, I'm sure some very smart retailers or artists are going to do some very hot covers of her.
Yep. Or some cool Hot Wheels covers.
Yep.
Yeah, Stadium Comics already did an exclusive for that issue.
Okay. That makes sense. All right. Next. Batman 146. You got that Joker, crazy Joker cover. Delato cardstock. This Delato is not that good. It's too dark.
I think that might be a repurposed Delato too.
Yeah. And then here's the black and white Jim Lee, which I was hoping to see because you get to see a little bit more of it. Yeah. The explosive dark prisms continues as Batman learns from an old mentor what Zur's plans are for Gotham City and the world. Can the Dark Knight escape from a prison designed by the ultimate version of himself? And what nefarious role does a Joker play in all this?
I will say that the pencils and the inks definitely are way better than the color.
Yep, I agree. It's too dark on the colors.
Yeah, it was very muddy. You could barely see Batman's face in that.
This is a good cover. That'll be a cool cover. Batman and Scooby-Doo. All right, Birds of Prey. You've got the Derek Chu. I'm losing. I don't like Derek Chu as much as I used to. I don't know what it is. Blue Beetle. Carnage number 6. Cinderella, Murder for All Seasons. Some interesting covers there. Crave. Dark Souls. All right, let's see what else we got here. More Dark Souls, Deep Cuts, Disney Villains Cruella de Vil number 3. I don't see anything really good there. The Sway cover is not that great. Action figure. There's the Momoko Pete Woods homage variant. What is this? What is that from? What is that homaging?
I have no idea.
I'm lost on that. Tony Daniel character variant. Ooh, what does this look like? That's pretty cool. Tony Daniel's art, his sketch art is so good. That looks so good. Fairy Tale Team Up. A couple interesting covers there. Fantastic Four. Todd Knock vampire variant. So this new vampire stuff that's
cover?
the Blood Hunt series that's coming out is going to be very interesting. Basically, these vampires come and they turn the sun off. That's what the story's about in the Marvel universe.
I would be really curious to find out if this vampire theme was scheduled for when Blade was scheduled to actually come out.
You might be right. This is a crazy cover right here.
This cover looks amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. That is beautiful. Wow. I love the whole design of this. The trade dress, the fantastic, the way the Force sits in there. That's perfect. That's a perfect design cover in my opinion. From the DC Vault, the Sandman number 19 remastered. What's going on here? Huh.
Neil Gaiman sells and DC has nothing to sell, so they're going to remaster everything.
Yeah.
My prediction.
Geiger number 1 cover A. So what is this here? An all new ongoing starts here. Oh, that's cool. I really like this series. Grimm. That's a cool cover for Grimm, even though I'm not a big fan of the series. That's a really cool cover.
Yeah, I like that.
What publisher is that?
Let's see here.
Boom. Right.
Is it Boom?
Okay. Like I said, I love this webpage, but they just need a few more pieces of info for me in the breakdown.
Hack Slash, what is this? Tim Seeley. Ooh, look at that. Hack Slash Kill Your Idols one shot.
Oh, that's Super Patriot and Rob Liefeld's and,
Shadowhawk. Yeah.
Oh, and Grifter. Is that Grifter down there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. I love the Hack Slash series, and there's another cover, a cool cover with Super Patriot. I always loved Super Patriot's design.
Yep.
He was one of my favorite characters
he was basically
series.
Deathstroke.
Yeah.
Or not Deathstroke. Deathlock.
Incredible Hulk number 11 variant. Let's take a look at this. Pass.
What's that Iron Man cover there? By
Invincible Iron Man 17.
One more over.
That one's a good one too, right there.
No, it is a good one.
Wow.
But I think the next one's a vampire.
They're doing all these vampire variants for the new Blood Hunt series. They're not that good so far. This is pretty cool. This Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong, this connecting cover set.
Final printing.
Yeah. Where they have this huge connecting cover. See, this is the bookend, middle.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Kaya number 17. We talked about that Kaya book on the Hot 10 show last night. Neil before Zod. That's a cool Perillo cover there. This Mark Spears is pretty cool too. I love Mark Spears art. I love the contrast on Mark Spears art. It's very colorful. The Last Mermaid, Little Black Book. Miss Marvel, Momoko, no thank you. Nottingham. That's still going on. Oz, Fall of the City, Poison Ivy. Let's take a look at some of these Poison Ivy covers.
What was I saw an announcement about some actress wanting to play Poison.
Chick that plays Gamora.
Yeah, the Gamora. What's her name?
Zaldana, Zoe Zaldana, or something like that.
No, actually, was it? No, not Gamora. It was what's her name? Who was in Doctor Who?
Oh yeah, the chick that plays Nebula.
Yeah, she wants to be Poison Ivy.
She would be good. I'd be cool with that.
Chat. Who's the chick from Jumanji?
Gillen, something
Karen
Gillen.
Yeah.
All right. Wait. Whoa.
Yeah, I approve of that casting.
What is this? Punk Mambo Punk Witch Project One Shot by Panosian. Look at that. That looks cool. It's a cool cover. London is pulsating with energy, and guess who's about to set the city ablaze? None other than the electrifying Punk Mondo. Get ready for a wild ride as Punk makes a triumphant return to her roots, unleashing a tidal wave of rebellious magic. Brace yourself for legendary creator Peter Milligan takes the reins once again, weaving a spellbinding tale of the very heart of Punk Witch Project. It's cool.
Peter Milligan doesn't get enough love
I
as
agree.
a writer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's a cool Dampanosian cover. Red Sonja. More great Dynamite covers.
And
Here's
if you
Red
love
Coat.
Dynamite, you definitely should check out last week's episode of the Industry Show, Cheap Shill. We had Nicky Barucci on there, and he broke a lot of new information.
Yeah, that was really good. This looks interesting. I know a lot of people don't like this character. This is the least liked character of the new characters over at Ghost Machine. But this cover looks really good. I love the black and white checker up top and with the red.
Oh, it's Brian Hitch.
Yeah.
If Brian Hitch doesn't make a great cover.
Well, he made one the other night. We talked about that. There's something off about it. It was a Punisher sketch cover. Here's look at the all white. That's cool. That looks good, man. I love that, the checkerboard patterns. Magneto, Resurrection of Magneto, Alex Maleev, Robotech, Rook. This is the other. So they must be releasing all the new cover, the issue 1s from Ghost Machine stuff. Jeff Johns and Jason Fabik. Gotta love that. Ooh, look at this. Those look so badass.
I believe, was Fabik one of Michael Turner's proteges or Dave Finch's protege?
Finch. I think it was Finch.
Finch, yeah. I had him at one of my conventions or two of my conventions. He
I
worked
love
for
his
Aspen
art.
for a while.
His art is top notch.
He's brilliant. He's brilliant.
Sickness. We got the Sickness number 5 coming out. Oh, look at the Shazam cover first. Damn, Miguel Mercado. Holy cow. That's
That
beautiful.
is fire.
Yeah. Mary Marvel looks awesome.
I love the giant lightning bolt in the background too.
Man, that's beautiful.
Shazam.
Yeah, that is gorgeous. Here's the Bernard Chang cover to number 10.
Oh man, Ken O. Bass. Thank you very much.
Oh yeah.
It's the Dennis and Jesse show though.
I'm getting home drunk here on East Coast. Brian crushes always. Josh, international stuff is so cool. Nate, always fun. Dennis show on Tuesdays and must see TV. $4.99 super chat. Thank you. Appreciate you, brother. All right, here's the Sickness stuff. Let's check out these covers. That one's a little creepy, but not too creepy. This one is creepy. Really creepy. Ooh.
It reminds me of what was that great Image series where it's a sexually transmitted disease?
Oh, yeah. I can't remember the name of that. I know what you're talking about, though.
It reminds me of those. Beauty.
Yeah, Beauty. Yep. That was a good series.
It reminds me of a lot of the Beauty covers.
Oh, look at this. Frizzen. From that Distillery book. Spectrograph. Damn. All right. We got Star Wars Darth Vader number 45. This cover is pretty fucking good. That's a good cover.
Yeah, Rod Reese.
All right. This is a good Darth Vader too. Another great Darth Vader cover. Linnell Francis Yu. And then you got Star Wars High Republic number 6. Phase 3.
You know, we're coming up on 10 years of Marvel Star Wars. And I honestly think that we have probably 10x Darth Vader covers compared to every other character in the Marvel universe,
Yeah.
the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
At a
Look at
certain
this.
point, that just Vader covers get numb.
That cover is going to be a big cover.
That's going to be huge.
Yep. That's a good cover of Ahsoka and Sabine. I like Sabine, how Sabine looks. She looks really badass.
Yep.
That's a good fucking cover. Yep. That's a good one. Here is another good one. Wow.
Actually, that Superman 78 looks fire too.
This one right here?
No, the next one.
Oh, this one looks gorgeous too. Look at that. I love books that have the characters' faces like this behind them.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's a good cover. Wow. This one right here. You like this one?
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. Symbiote Spider-Man. This is the Stormbreaker. Some of these Stormbreaker variants have been really good lately, and that's a good one. Look at that. So that's like a punk Venom. That is fucking awesome. Wow, that's a good cover. That is a fucking good cover.
It's got kind of Delato 667 vibes, too, with the girder.
Oh, look how good that is, man. I'm going to have to pick up a bunch of those. This one looks really good, too. Look at this one.
Yeah, that's cool.
Fucking good. Damn, that's good. Ninja Turtles 150. Here we go.
Yeah, last issue.
Mm-hmm. That's a good cover right there. Federici. Man. Here is the Eastman and Campbell.
Was that cover Crane did? Was that for 150? I can't remember.
I'm not sure. This one right here. Oh, look at that. That's a great fucking cover.
That cover was wild.
The Crane one?
Yeah, he just posted. He did a Thundercats 2 that he just posted. It sold out today in like a minute again, like the TMNT book.
Wow, look at these covers. Holy shit. This is foil. That's going to
cool.
be beautiful.
Dude, they're going to come out of the woodwork because you got to figure there's even more that we haven't seen.
Yeah, there's going to be probably like 50 freaking exclusives for this book.
That's a gorgeous cover, too, for the Untold Destiny of the Foot Clan. Oh, look at this cover.
Oh, yeah. Was that the Turtles cover?
That's a good one right there.
That's cool.
Batman
Ooh,
First
I like
Night.
That Batman.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just not a fan of... that one. That one's not
magazine
bad,
size.
Yeah, it's magazine size.
I think I'm going to order one of those.
I love how they're going old school. This Torpedo series, that's what Hood was talking about the other day. It's supposed to be good. Torpedo, 1972. Transformers #1, 5th printing. Let's take a look at this. Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
I've never even heard of that artist. Brat Kuhn?
Bratukun?
Bratukin?
Bratukin?
It's really kind of very Mobius or Jeff Darrow.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, no, that's gorgeous. And I'm a Starscream slappy, so, that's just falling right into it.
Here's the black and white Jesus.
Oh, Jesus.
Look at that.
Jeez.
Damn.
Oh, and it's a virgin, too. Full
Third
art.
printing. You got these two. You got the
Jazz.
Megaton and, yeah. Third printing of the Moko Ultimate Black Panther 1. This cover right here is gorgeous. Look at that. I love how the armor is in a Japanese samurai character.
Mm-hmm.
Who is that character?
Armor.
Okay.
This is a beautiful cover, too. Look at this Mike Choi. Oh. I'm really stoked for all the Ultimate stuff so far. It's been really good. More Void Rivals, #8. Ooh, look at that. That Dave Finch cover for Walking Dead. Damn. That's a crazy cover. Walking Dead's been good so far. Heard a lot of people love it. So that's good.
Oh, look down here.
Which?
Uncanny 130 facsimile editions.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Foil. Tell me that is not going to be freaking fire with that Dazzler cover.
Yeah. Look at this.
If it's done right. Ooh, that is good.
That's a Linnell Francis Yu. That's beautiful. Huh. That's interesting. Torrin Clark Sabretooth variant. Pass.
Yeah.
Foil on that will be good. I hate to say it, but look at this.
Oh,
David
wow.
Mack, Jean Grey.
Yeah. I think there's that, and then they did a 1 in 100 version of that Mac.
Wow. Well, that is FOC, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by Lefteros and Economics and Comics. Make sure you guys go check out Economics and Comics YouTube page. He does great breakdowns on all of his picks for not only FOC, but New Comic Day, and he gives you all the information because he reads all those books. So really, really great content that he does. And we're going to try and get him on this channel more, and I'm going to hopefully try and jump over on some of his stuff maybe sometime too. So... all right, you guys, what do we got coming up? Tomorrow, we got a day off, which is nice. And then Monday, we got a day off, which is nice. But I get ready for the Industry of Comics show, episode number 5. We're going to have Sean from Comics Elite and James from Mad Love Comic and Art, along with Jesse and Dennis, to talk about art books. And
do we have time for some pickups tonight?
do you have a pickup? Let's see it.
Oh, I have OA pickup.
Ooh.
All right, you guys
Yeah,
ready
let's
for
see it.
this?
Yeah.
I almost think that we need some more likes on the some more thumbs up on the live, because I think we have over 100 people watching and only like 60 likes. So, chat, let's do it.
Yeah. All right, let's go.
Okay, so these were purchased from a dealer who just bought a giant bulk lot years and years ago, like 20 plus years ago. This is Razor. I don't know what issue it's from, but look at the freaking inks on this.
Beautiful.
And then I saw, this is what made me buy this page. It's Peepoy inks. So if you know Peepoy, who did some of the best Afterlife of Archie covers, this is like early Peepoy inks on, I don't know whose pencils they are, or if this was just a photostat that he did the pencils on. And then there's some, the word bubbles are glued on.
That's cool.
Dude, if you can see the price, and this
$40
is
bucks.
the price I paid.
Wow.
Dude, $40 for that. That's just gorgeous.
Yeah.
Nice.
I couldn't pass that up. Then there was another page, and I bought it because, if we had Red Hood in the chat.
Mama, yeah.
Mama.
Uh-huh.
This guy's trying to grab himself a titty, and
he gets
and then
fucked up.
We got a little booty shot over here as well.
Did he get fucked up for it? Did she fuck him up for it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Crank.
Yeah.
Just tosses him. But look, $30 for that page.
Wow.
All right. The next one, I don't know which character this is, but I almost think it's probably the same issue, or maybe it's a different thing. But I believe this was probably a 2-page splash. Look at this. This is all, the ink the border was black as midnight.
Wow.
And I don't know who this character is, so if anybody knows, but I think it's London Knights, if you remember that publisher.
Yeah. Yep.
And I think that's London Knights, the character that was the kind of their flagship character.
That's where she got her first appearance out of a Razor issue. Yeah.
Yep. And this page was so beautiful, and like I said, but it was $50.
Wow.
I couldn't pass it up. And then this, it's got to be the same publisher, but I just looked at this page and I was like, this is insane, and I'm sure I can match this one. But look at the action on this. It's the same border, it's the same, but it's a different character. And then you look at this, and then his little shuriken, little things come out, his little chain hooks. Look at this bad guy here.
Whoa. Yeah, that's beautiful stuff, man.
That's cool.
And it's like McFarlane style chains. It's just beautiful.
That's great art.
Yeah, look at this. $40.
Dude, you have to find out who's doing that art.
Yeah, I'm going to do the research on it. Then because I bought those two, I had to just buy this one because, I think that's who this character is. I think this is Ripclaw. Is that Ripclaw?
I think so.
That might be Ripclaw. And it says Rip. And then when I took it out of the sleeve,
it fell off. Yeah,
the SM fell off. But this is definitely the character that was firing off those little shuriken chain things. So I think it's Ripclaw, but I mean, just look at that.
Yeah, it's beautiful stuff.
And this one was $40 as well.
Nice.
So I was like, well, I couldn't break up the set. Then this one's going to show. This is going to get some love, I think. I don't know where this came from. I don't know if it was actually used in a book, but I loved two things about this. So first of all, I loved that it was Static Shock.
Oh, wow.
Okay, then it had a nice close-up of Static, and it's from an era of Static that's like later than like the first Milestone stuff. But the panel is laid out like it was a page. And then it's signed by the artist, and I couldn't really make out who the artist was, but I'm going to say it's like Sam Payne or something like that, Payne, and it was 1995, which I think Milestone was 92. Right? Is that when Milestone came out?
I think you're right. Yeah.
Chat? So it's just a gorgeous, and it was the only Static Shock piece he had. I don't ever see Static Shock OA, so I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna buy it, you know.
Yeah.
And then when I saw the price, I was like, oh wow, I got a whole bunch of. But you know what? I'll pay $75 for that.
Yeah, for original Static Shock art. Hell yeah.
Static Shock OA?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
All right, now this one's a little racy, but I think it can get past the YouTube censors.
We're showing art.
Yes, we're showing art. So this is from Humorama in 1958 and 1964. And if you remember all those little Tijuana Bibles that they would make, and it was just like the Playboy cartoons and all that. And I was just like, okay, that's definitely a Red Hood mama moment. Mama.
Yeah, that'll sell too.
And the caption says, he doesn't want to get married. He just wants to go through the emotions. And it's just basically I was like, I couldn't pass that up for $60.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know. And then this is the kicker. And if you go to you have to go to my Facebook page. Because I had somebody in the comments after I showed this was like, oh, you know what that is? Here's the original. This is the preliminary for the guy who did the OA, the colored OA to it. This is a piece, and oh boy, this isn't gonna play well with the reflection. This is from Identity Crisis.
Whoa.
Okay, so look at the characters on this board. Dr. Light.
I know it's
Hawkman.
Yep.
Green Lantern. You got, and this is the best part for me. Look at this. This is Black Canary, but look how huge those muscular thighs are.
Yeah.
She could crush a watermelon with those thighs. You got Green Arrow, you got Flash, you got Atom. It's all the characters. It's the entire JLA with like an iconic scene. And then if you go to my Facebook page, are you on my Facebook?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't show that one. Scroll down, and the guy posted the original that this is taken from. So this is on onion skin, first of all, which is like super fragile. And there's a comment. The guy sends a link to the original piece, the piece that eventually got. Yeah, it's gorgeous, man. And that piece, $200. Hawaiian Shirt Rick is one of the best dealers in the Detroit area. If you ever see him at a show, just go up and spend money with him. But look, that's the piece that was made from this. And then if you look at Black Canary's thighs up there, they totally softened those out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they washed it all out, huh?
Yeah.
Or with whoever colored it.
Yep.
So if we see him at a show, do we say Dennis sent you?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Rick, I love Rick. I got, you know what? I got most of my Third Eye Blacklight posters from him back in the day. He is one of the most eclectic buyers of stuff. And he is just one of those guys that's chewed up more dirt than you and I and any of us will ever see in comics and books and all this kind of stuff. and he's got a price on it. You just pull the trigger. You're never going to see it again. And if he's selling it, it's there.
Nice. All right. Anybody else got any pickups?
Oh man, I got this big red soda. Like, I'm at work.
I had a CGC mail call, but I don't feel like going and getting it and dragging.
I don't blame you. We're about to hit 4 hours. So you guys, this has been a 4-hour show. Thank you so much. 114 of you till the end. I want to say thank you to everybody out there that's helping to support this channel and all these people that help me on this channel, including the viewers, the subscribers, the members, everything. Thank you so much. Shout out to our boy Chad Cave for hooking me up with my pickup tonight. A good old Dick Sharon. He's sharing some dick in 1974 tops. So that is my pickup tonight. And also, make sure you guys check out the Industry of Comics show. If you haven't seen the latest 2 episodes, they've been absolutely amazing, a lot of fun, and be on the lookout for our OA show that we're going to do.
I can actually break some breaking news.
Oh, yeah?
We have a certain Mr. Liefeld who's looking at a schedule to come on the show in the next month. And we have Dirk Manning who says he can come on at the end of March.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So that was literally just today's revelations.
Very cool. Very cool. So that's what I'm talking about. I'm going to go watch highlights from the Sugar Sean stuff. We'll go hang out in the Discord for a little bit here, probably about another half hour max. If you guys want to come hang out with us, that's where we'll be. We'll see you in there. Adios.